ba 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 queen kami kaku. Abika ba ba la ba boo. Ba 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 yo ka bin ka mo ka go kala. Akala bikaro. Ah! So, I'm a happy little camper today because your boy has finally, after all these years, has a dual monitor setup. And not just that, but he has a dual monitor setup with one of the monitors being those classic CRT TV, CRT monitors. Like, you know those like really old school like monitors from like the 2000s, those box ones? That is his second monitor, and that makes me a happy camper. You are probably wondering, Megaduke, why would you engage in this dual monitor setup? What is the point? It's quite simple, dear viewer. It's because I want to play Melee. And Melee runs better on a CRT monitor than it does on an HDMI 60 hertz one. Because CRTs are just built different. So, I went and got a CRT monitor. And I have a dual screen setup attached right now. Where I have all my main PC shit on one monitor, and if I want to play Melee, I switch over to my CRT monitor. It's a beautiful setup, and I like it a lot. Saw your community post about Courage. I was going to ask if you're going to go back to doing top whatever list or making a tier list of CN shows. Probably not, but we'll see. Who knows? I don't even know if I'll ever make that Courage video, but I'm definitely interested in making it. It won't be edited at all. It will just be like me talking. Because I just don't care about making like scripted videos anymore. And making scripted videos takes a lot more time than you might think. And I have a wife, so we'll see. It's just an idea I thought of. Is today Saturday or Sunday? Yeah, it's Saturday. That's good. I try not to stream on Sundays. I want to always have like at least one day off. What you should do is you should always have a good life. Because if you don't have a good life, then your life sucks. And also, I need to not eat so much junk food. But today, I'm eating a bunch of fucking candy and a bunch of fucking junk food. But that's okay, because tomorrow, I'm gonna be fucking exercising this shit off. You know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna be a slob for one day. Why not? Maybe a slob for one day and then go back to training Sunday. So who cares, right? Mwahahaha. Chat is kind of dead. Do you guys have anything you want to fucking bitch about? Or any videos I can make fun of? If so, let me know. If so, let me know. Let me know right now so I can make fun of them. Yeah. Thoughts on Doodle Tones leaving the internet back in May? I think I already addressed it. Yeah, fuck that bitch. I don't really know what else I could really say. Pretty boring week on YouTube, not gonna lie. True! But yeah, Doodle Tones is just like... It's just insane to me how, like, you know... that kind of content. They just continued doing that kind of content until like until them leaving. Yeah, it's yeah. And it's funny because some of the people from that community to this day still hate me, which is just well, whatever. What are you gonna say? What did Doodle Tones do? Doodle Tones basically, if I remember correctly, basically what happened was that. Give me 1 second. Ugh. Basically, what happened was that she, there was a server called a Discord server called the Fruitcake Club, I think, or FCK, right? And basically, that server was like essentially the what is it? The Jeffrey Epstein list of like the commentary community, where a bunch of fucking people from that community was in that server. And there was literally like a bunch of roleplay shit and like very inappropriate behavior being done inside that Discord server. And Doodle Tones was not just a part of that server. She apparently knew what was going on and did nothing about it. So that's why she fucked off the internet, essentially. Yeah. There was a bunch of commentators on that server. There was Jar was a part of it. Doodle Tones was, and there was a bunch of other names in that server. If you want to know more about it, you should go watch Okumu talk about it. He's done I think a pretty good job documenting this shit. In case you don't know, Akumu is he's a commentator himself, and he has done really, really long videos talking about this shit. Yeah. I've actually enjoyed some of his videos. It's fine, but so now both Jar and Doodle Tones are gone. Let's hope the rest of the commentary community is gone as well. Is Just a Robot actually gone, or is he just on like a hiatus? I'm looking at his channel right now. Yeah, it says his last video was uploaded 2 months ago. Apparently he's been deleting a lot of videos too, so there you go, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Just a Robot, I mean, the guy was literally like, wait, what the fuck? No, wait, that's not the channel that I was looking at. Wait, hold up. Oh yeah, he has 2 channels. Is his main channel gone? I'm trying to find his main channel, but I can't see it anywhere. Is it this one? Okay, so his main channel is still up. I found it. But yeah, he hasn't uploaded a video in like literal months at this point. I think it's safe to say that he's pretty much gone, right? Like, he's probably not going to be making videos anymore. Because everything about, like, those guys from, like, that community, like, every single one of those guys who's, like, made those same types of videos and stuck with those videos, literally they're just all lol cows. Like, it's not even like me trying to say this in like a offensive, trigger people kind of way. Like, they literally are fucking lol cows, right? Them, the fucking far left breadtube community, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, those communities literally at this point have basically become the lol cow communities. Like, if you are like a member of those communities or you make those kinds of videos and you still do to this day, you're 95% chance you're probably just a lol cow. It turns out when you just obsess over online bullshit and not focus on your real life whatsoever, you end up becoming a lol cow. Shocking, I know. Have you seen Kang Ding Dong's video on Darkseid? I have not. I don't even know who that is. Kang Ding Dong. The only thing I know about Darkseid is that they're no longer here. I believe they died a couple of months ago. It's, yeah. I find it funny how some former commentators became reviewers after leaving. Then you became a guy that reviewed reviewers, yeah. And it's funny because if I end up making that Courage the Cowardly Dog video that I mentioned in my community post, and I end up making and I do actually have a couple video ideas of me just ranting about cartoons, it would be funny because at that point it's like I went from a guy who made fun of reviewers to becoming a reviewer myself. I'll be honest, that's part of the reason why I don't want to make that video, because it's not just laziness, it's also just kind of like the ironic ending of it, I guess. Like, it all went full circle. Ah, shit. 2011 to 2014 era Megadupe. When I was just a stupid fucking high school kid making videos on like... What the fuck did I review? I'm pretty sure I reviewed shit like Ed, and Eddie, Dragon Ball Z. I don't even know if I ever talked about Courage the Cowardly Dog, though. It's been so long. It'd be funny if you shit on Problem Solvers and Adventure Time again. Demon Reacts, I'm not gonna lie, part of the reason, like, that might make, like, a funny video, but I genuinely wouldn't want to do that because I don't want to watch those shows ever again. Like, I feel like if I went and watched those cartoons, like, I genuinely would be bashing my head through a wall for, like, 10 minutes straight afterwards. Because those cartoons are so fucking awful. Like, it's funny because there are some people nowadays that are trying to make the opinion of, well, actually, Problem Solvers might have been underrated, though. I'm like, no, that cartoon is just fucking ass. Like, there's no other way around it. You know, it wasn't underrated. The cartoon just sucked. God, Adventure Time, dude, the really annoying thing about that show is because it's such a serialized show, in order to make, like, a really good review on it, you have to watch, like, a shitload of episodes, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to literally, like, waste my time watching a really obnoxious, and garbage fucking, cartoon just to make a video shitting on it. I have better things to do with my fucking time. Breadwinners? Did I make a review on Breadwinners? Damn, I genuinely don't remember doing that. That was such a while ago. thoughts on Frogan? I have no idea. Like, I don't know literally anything about her except literally that one clip she made that got really controversial. But I will say the Asmongold shit pissed me off way more than whatever the fuck she said. What she said was definitely offensive, but it really was like that safe, edgy, like, quote unquote, America is bad edge. What Asmongold said legitimately, like, pissed me off. Like, that was like, the fact that people tried to equate these two things was absolutely asinine to me, because one was clearly worse than the other. Like, I think you reviewed season 10 of the original Fairly Odd Parents back when that show was still airing. Did I? I genuinely don't remember. Problem solvers can legit be dangerous to watch. Underrated, my ass. It's okay to enjoy something in a so bad it's good way. Not everything needs to be this underrated gem. Sup? Oh, the only thing I remember from your Breadwinners review was that you called it the worst cartoon ever. To be honest, it wasn't far off from the truth. Breadwinners must have been really awful, but I don't know if I would still say it's the worst cartoon ever. What did Asmongold say? He said regarding Palestine. Let me just get the exact quote because I'm not gonna like look up the clip of it. This guy literally said, he said Palestinians are terrible people from a quote-unquote inferior culture that kills people for their identity, quote-unquote, and quote-unquote is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, whatever the fuck that means. He also said that they have genocide built into their law right now. So, no, I'm not going to cry this is his quote, right? So, no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people have genocide baked into their laws are getting genocided. Like, complete nonsense, right? And of course, he doesn't get banned off of Twitch for doing that. He gets a 14-day ban because Twitch is a fucking garbage-ass platform. Where you can, like, where you can be like offensive to some people and get into feuds with people and get banned for that. But when you say something like absurdly offensive and ridiculous, you get a slap on the wrist. And also the guy just is just a filthy fucking individual. Like he literally doesn't clean his room. He doesn't clean his house. He, the guy, when he tries to drink water, like, spits it out because he, like, drinks nothing but soda. He has his teeth falling out. Like, he's just a fucking disgusting human being, even ignoring all that shit. The Crypt Keeper from the Tales of the Crypt. Everything he just said applies to Israel's government. Well, he has said that he doesn't support Israel, but as far as I'm concerned, if you make arguments like that, you in de facto support Israel. Right? Like, this is why I had that fucking, what was it? That fucking, I guess you could say debate or whatever, or that argument with some dipshit guy who I guess was a fan of mine, in my comment section. Because you can't sit there and say, I don't support Israel, but I'm gonna use all of the arguments that, like, the Israelis use to, like, justify them slaughtering fucking Palestinian babies, right? Like, it's complete fucking nonsense. Like, it's either one or the other. Like, if you say something like that, and you make literally that's like the type of arguments that the British Empire would make to try to justify their genocide and shit, you as far as I'm concerned, you are just a pro-Israeli cuck. You know, like there's really no other way. Like you are just a Zionist cuck. Favorite cuck Zionist top 3? Who's the most cucked? I mean, they're all cucked. There's not really a Zionist that actually has any legitimate fucking morals or anything. Like, they are all just cucks to the machine, right? Also, hi, Daffy Duck. Yeah, he probably does. It's rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Make fun of a BreadTube video? They're so boring, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. George W. Bush in my chats. Also, I have argued with black people who support Israel. They don't know shit about Israel history. They're all cucks. Also, being a black person who supports Israel has to be extra cucked. Because, like, these are the same guys who have literally went and have admitted to sterilizing Ethiopian Jews because they don't want to see black Jewish people. What the fuck is a bread tuber? Just someone. A bread tuber is just someone who, on YouTube, who makes like far left content, but basically. People like Vosh, Xander Hall, who else? Damn, I don't have like a fucking list, but those kinds of people. And they're all trash. Like none of them actually understand geopolitics at all. Which, as far as I'm concerned, if you don't understand it, I think you're kind of delusional. Yeah. Would you classify someone like Kyle Kalinske as a breadtuber, chat? That's a question that I have to you guys. Because I don't think he's that far left, but I mean, actually, never mind. He kind of is. Yes, you'd classify him? Okay. Vosh is probably the worst given he's talking about allegedly molesting his pets. I say allegedly because he could just be joking, but like, what the fuck? That's not even funny. This was the same guy who had like that weird ass fucking fantasy about wanting to be a horse fucking like anime children. Right? Like, it's just, dude, I don't even want like talking about it because right now I'm eating. But like, this guy is just a fucking delusional, like, deranged person. Like, it's almost every depiction of a devil in Israel is that of a black person. Well, yeah, they're racist. They're pieces of garbage. I don't know, maybe, but I honestly think his style of content is OG political YouTuber. Pretty much, yeah. He's a lot more reasonable than a lot of these breadtube guys. I'll give him that, but yeah. Thoughts on the amazing digital circus? I don't know what that is. If the left is called BreadTube, what is the right called? It needs its own nickname named after food. I don't have a problem with Israel exists as a country, but their government is beyond demonic. At this point, I don't even think it should exist as a country. Like, it should not, at least not in the same vein. Like, Zionism needs to be Zionism as an ideology needs to, like, not be a thing anymore. Like, it needs to be, like, treated in the same way that, like, neo-Confederacy is treated. Right? The idea of, because at this point it really is no different than, like, Nazi Germany, right? Daffy. Does Israel portray me as a devil? Maybe. Daffy Duck. I always love it when there are people who just cosplay as cartoon characters in my chat. That makes me laugh. Digital Circus is the cartoon with the girl clown that's all over the internet. I don't know what kids are talking about anymore. Bro, I feel like as the days pass by, I genuinely feel like more and more of a boomer. Like, it's like, seriously, there are just some things about, like, modern culture, I guess, that I just don't understand. And like a lot of even like a lot of lingo that people use now, like I literally don't know what they mean. Like I actually have to like listen to it a lot more to understand. And I refuse to use some of the lingo too. Like you will never find me using words like fucking cooked or riz or any of that shit. Like, if it sounds stupid, I'm not using it. And I tried to make sure not to use it, too. Bussin' is worse? What the fuck does that mean? Bussin'? That doesn't... Like, what? Like, what does that even... Like, literally, what does that mean? Because that has to be made up. It means good or great? That's delusional. Why? Have you seen Bracket Neutron's video on Mr. Blocky? I don't know who any of those two are, and I genuinely don't care. Like... Worst ASMR video ever. I'm hungry, deal with it. Is there a video I can make fun of? Like a cartoon video or whatever? You guys seem to like when I actually do that, so. Ask Air New Wish. I've already made a video, like a live stream trashing that guy. He was the guy who said that, like, who said that Mr. Krabs was like an example of a diverse character, right? Make fun of my older videos. Sorry, I'm too egotistical to do that. You gotta understand that when you become my age, you become too egotistical to do stuff like that, so no. Get cucked. Chat, did he just get cucked? I think he did. I think he did. Cartoon She? I actually don't have an issue with Cartoon She. Cartoon She has made some pretty dope ass videos sometimes. He also completely trashed Misanthropony, which is an immediate thumbs up. No, you got cooked? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We are not going to use this degenerate modern day lingo in my chats, okay? We are not going to do that. Come on, man. These new modern lingos are busting. Ah! Alpha J? Alpha J is just too boring. I'm sorry. I can't with that guy. He's just not that interesting to watch. Seeing George W. Bush, a guy cosplaying as George W. Bush in my chats is so funny though. Because this was like the same guy. Because I recently saw a cartoon reviewer, make a video on an old cartoon from 2007 called Little Bush. And it was a cartoon made on Comedy Central that was like a very offensive cartoon that was done to make fun of George W. Bush. And I watched a couple of episodes of it, and the cartoon is just so fun. Like, it really was like a different time. It's kind of crazy. The cartoon sucked though, wasn't it? It wasn't funny, but like it's just. But it makes me wonder, like, why make a cartoon making fun of Bush in like 2007? Like, what even is the point? It only lasted for like a year too. When they made a Donald Trump show, I found it to be a guilty pleasure. What was that one called? Like My Cartoon President or something? Did they make a cartoon making fun of Obama? If so, I think it is kind of interesting how they made a cartoon making fun of Bush and Trump, but it seems as if they never really made one that made fun of Obama. It's funny because in the show they mention in the Little Bush show they mention John Edwards in it, and they make fun of John Edwards, and it's genuinely like insane to me. If you guys actually know who John Edwards is, it's just kind of crazy to me how that was like such a different time period, you know? Like John Edwards was like a huge part of American politics in like the early to mid 2000s and became completely irrelevant afterwards, you know? I thought you were talking about the psychic for a second. I don't even know who that is. There's a psychic named John Edwards. Do none of you guys know who John Edwards is? Like, out of curiosity, is that like something that I should like explain? Also, my food ASMR is about to finish. I'm almost done with my sandwich. You do know? Okay, good. Alright. Finished with my food. Oh, I'm an old man. What was I talking about? I genuinely forgot. Like, chat, what was like the last thing I was talking about? Remember, guys, I have dementia, so when I live stream, my fucking attention span goes. So can somebody tell me what I was talking about, please? Food ASMR, that Bush show, John Edwards. Oh yeah, John Edwards. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, he was like a fascinating. It's just kind of fascinating because, in case you guys don't know who he is, he was the vice presidential nominee for the Democratic side in 2004. And he was just like a very, very popular politician during that time. Because he was like a senator. Like throughout the whole 2000s, I think. Yeah. And he was also a, I believe he was also a, he also did try to run for president in 2008. But what made him, like, become a completely irrelevant politician and not be, like, anything is, there was, like, this huge, giant controversy that he was a part of in 2008 where he had an affair. Keep in mind, he was, like, a married man, right? And he had an affair with some chick, and he had an affair with some chick while he was a married man. And it wasn't just that. He fathered a child with said chick while his wife was literally dying of cancer in the hospital. Yeah. Like something you literally would like expect in a cartoon or a movie. Like he just straight up did it. And the revelation that he ended up doing those things was very damaging to his like political career to the point where there was like no point of return. Like he basically kind of fucked off of politics afterwards. It makes me wonder, like, if that happened now, do you think the same thing would have happened to him? That's actually a genuine good point for me. Like, it makes me wonder, like, if the same thing happened in, like, 2024, would people really give that much of a shit? This sounds like some shit. This sounds like some shit that Bill Clinton would do. So he cucked his wife, pretty much, yeah. Edwards was also doing very well in 2007, leading up to the presidential primaries. Had he played his cards better, he very well could have beaten both Hillary and Obama. I mean, a certain robot got in trouble for cucking his wife, so who knows? He lost before the affair became public, however. Well, considering he's a Democrat and crazy's lefties defend them like I doubt it. The same applies to right wingers as well. Edwards was also doing very well in 2007, leading up to the presidential primaries. Had he played his cards better, he very well could have beaten both Hillary and Obama. Reading that chat, Lissandro, is so crazy to me because it's like he was just such a huge part of American politics in the 2000s. You know, like it's just so weird. It's just kind of weird to me how he was so huge, but like now it's like if you went up to someone and you were like, "Hey, do you remember John Edwards?" They'd be like, "Who?" Like they'd be like, "Who the fuck?" I don't know who the fuck that is. It's funny because if you went to like people now and you asked them who is Hillary Clinton, like they would know who Hillary Clinton is, right? If you ask them if you ask them who is Mike Pence, they would probably know who Mike Pence is, you know? But John Edwards, like, I feel like if you went up to, like, the average Joe in the street and asked them, who's John Edwards, they probably genuinely would not know. Yeah, that whole affair scandal was just huge back in the day. Like, I remember so many people talking about it. Even keep in mind, I was like 9 at the time, and I was hearing like, admittedly, I kind of like overheard these conversations. Like, I was hearing teachers talk about it at like my school. It was crazy. Ah, shit. And I did see it on the news too. Like, yeah, that shit was like. And again, it's crazy because in the 2008 Democratic primaries, I think, like what this Lissandro said, I think he was actually doing okay in it. Not as good as Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton, but still, like, not that bad, all things considered. Let me go wash my hands and get some water. I'll be right back. What I think is also pretty crazy to me is that, like, is just how a lot of these politicians could literally get away with doing sexual bullshit, and if any other person did those like types of things, like those crimes or whatever, they would go to jail like they rightfully should, right? I still can't get over the fact that Trump is like literally part of the whole like blacklist of Epstein shit, and he just never faced any consequences for it. Not even like scandals. Like it just seems as if like people talked about it and they just did not care enough to do anything about it or investigate it or anything. It also doesn't help that the Democrats constantly, to this day, still fucking rely on the Clintons, dude. The Clintons, legitimately speaking, I don't understand why the Democrats are so obsessed with keeping them as like a part of their establishment, because they're at this point, it's fair to say that the Clintons legitimately do nothing positive for the Democrats. He came in second anyways in the 2004 primaries too, beating a lot of other Democrats like senators and governors while in just his first term as a senator. Yeah, Edwards was very popular back in the day. I think part of it is also just because he was just like, if I remember correctly, he was just like a charismatic dude. He just had like a very like likable but serious vibe to him, you know? So I think that just kind of clicked with a lot of people. It's, again, if he did that, if the whole affair shit came out today, I honestly don't think it would have affected his political career that much. The media purposely ignored those involved with Epstein, yet the news 24/7 is covered Diddy and the people associated with him. I want to say it's a race thing, but I'm just saying shit at this point. Fuck both of them is my point, and both should be given that same energy. Yeah, exactly. I'll be honest though, I genuinely didn't know who Diddy was until like the whole scandal popped up about him. Like I'm not even trying to say that to sound funny. Like I legitimately did not know who that guy was. Apparently he was just a rapper, but I mean, because it's crazy because with the whole scandal that popped up, it seemed like everybody knew who he was even before that scandal, but I genuinely did not know who he was, like at all. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy to me. Like, unless there is something so egregious that a politician does, like, it seems as if they could just do whatever and not face that much accountability for it. Nowadays, you know? Like, chat, I genuinely want to ask y'all, if the whole Edward shit, with the whole, the thing, with him having that affair, so literally it's like the type of shit that even Bill Clinton probably never did. If that shit came out nowadays, the shit where he fathered a child, while in an affair, while his wife was dying of cancer in the hospital of shit and shit. Like if that happened nowadays, do you think that people would give that much of a shit about it? Also, hi Hatchet Man, one of the funniest people in my chat, hands down. Cunningham seemingly went down for less, right? Oh yeah, Cal Cunningham. He had the same fucking shit too. He was in case you guys don't know, Cal Cunningham was the 20, like he was a Democrat guy running for senator in North Carolina in 2020. Not this election, the 2020 election, and he had like the same the same type of scandal too, where he was cheating on his wife or some shit. Like what? And Edwards was Edwards was from North Carolina too. Why the fuck do all of the Democrat like guys from North Carolinas, the guys who are trying to become like senators or who are senators, like why the fuck do they constantly engage with like extramarital affairs? Like what? What? Like what the fuck? Like it's literally the same fucking shit. The only difference is that Cunningham never became a senator, and he also never had a child with the bitch he was cheating on. He was a rapper / record producer. He's pretty much known for signing artists like Biggie and Usher. Okay. Yeah. I'm just being honest. Like, I legitimately just did not know who Diddy was until that scandal came out. A lot of people seem to knew who he was, which made me feel like, wow, I really don't know anything about modern culture at all. But hey, there you go. He apparently had 120 victims. That's just wild. Gotta stretch. Feel like I'm in a cramp. My leg is gonna fucking get pins and needles when I keep sitting on it. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy to me how, it really is kind of crazy to me how, like, politics just, like, American politics just changes every, like, 5 years at this point. Speaking of scandals, I feel like if the Monica Lewinsky scandal happened today, nobody would care. Same with Watergate. Watergate, I don't think people would care, but Monica Lewinsky, I think people would care if it was like made into like a big fuss, if that makes sense. I feel like the whole Lewinsky thing only became as like controversial as it did was because of how just absurd it was, you know? Like, it was the kind of thing that you would expect would happen in like a shitty movie, you know? Like, but yeah, I feel like if Watergate happened now, nobody would give a shit. I think it's fair to say that, right? I don't know, it feels as if people were just a lot more serious back in the day. Like, where if something like Watergate happened, like, when Watergate happened, that was like a huge fucking scandal that like everyone, regardless of political affiliation, was like, yeah, this is like bad. But now it really does feel like if it happened now, like if Trump did it, the Democrats would be like, oh, that's just not good. But if a Democrat did it, the Republicans would literally be like, this guy needs to be fucking thrown in jail for like the rest of his life or whatever, you know? But again, I honestly don't think people would care that much about Watergate. Nah. Because it seems to me that like disrespecting America's institutions, like what happened with Watergate, um yeah, it seems as if like nobody would really care. It's fair to say each time period has its own different flavor of sensitivity. We just live in an era where trust and respect for institutions is gone. Yeah, exactly. Martinator. Modern politics has a weird obsession with fresh senators. Hillary was only 7 years in the Senate by 2008. Obama was 3 years in 2008. Vance became a senator last year, and Harris became a senator in 2017. Yeah. Kamala Harris, the thing about her was that she was, I believe she was a district attorney for, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I could be completely incorrect on this. She was a district attorney for like San Francisco, that area. And then she became the attorney general for California. And then she became a senator, and then she became the VP, and then tried to become president. Um, I mean, honestly, with all the presidential candidates, uh, Bush was like a governor, and then he became president. John Kerry, I genuinely don't remember what John Kerry was. It's been so long. Obama was a senator for a few years, and then he became president. McCain was a senator as well, except much longer, and then he tried to become president. Mitt Romney was a governor of Massachusetts. He then became a senator. Wait, no, he tried to become president, he failed, and then became a senator after president, right? Uh, and then there was Hillary Clinton. She was in the Senate, then she tried to become president. And then there was Donald Trump, who had nothing. And then there was Joe Biden, who was a senator, then vice president, then president. And then there was Kamala Harris, who was and there was Kamala Harris, who was district attorney, then attorney general, then senator, then VP, then tried to become president. Is it fair to say that Kamala Harris, out of all the major presidential candidates, probably had the most experience? Maybe not like the most experience, but she had like the most like diversity in her experience, right? Like she just had like a lot of different like she was just in a lot of different positions that showed that she was able to like navigate politics in regardless of what branch of government it really was. I'm pretty sure she was the only presidential candidate in the last 20 years who was who worked in like all of the branches of government that America has now. Like I'm pretty sure she was in the legislative branch, she was in the judicial branch at one point, and she was in the executive. I think she was, yeah. She was the only one. Which is kind of crazy. People have been saying that Kamala was doing not safe for work shit to climb her way to the top. Yeah, that's just crass sexist bullshit. She lost to a guy who never had political experience before he became president. LOL. Oh, yeah, that's really funny when you really think about it. Again, she was legitimately probably the only presidential candidate we've had in the last 20 years who was in all like she has worked with like the legislative branch at one point. She's worked with the executive branch at one point. She's worked with the judicial branch at one point before trying to become president, and she just loses to Donald Trump. Can we all vote for Fartinator's next election? What we should do is that we should have an election between Fartinator and Hatchet Man. Romney's resume is pretty big. He had a lot of private endeavors such as CEO and the organizer for the 2002 Winter Olympics. Oh yeah, he did do that. And as a governor during his two presidential runs, 2008 and 2012. Yeah. I think after Kamala Harris, it was probably Bush and Romney who had the most experience, I think, before trying to become president. Because both Bush and Romney were like governors. Which I think, honestly, I think if you were the governor of a state at one point, I think that alone is probably like the best kind of experience to have. Way more than being like a senator, in my opinion. Because you actually do work, you've actually worked in the executive branch of a state at that point. Right? If you work in the executive branch of a state, then applying that to a whole country, I don't think is unreasonable, right? I think that's what makes me think that Kamala had the most experience though. Because she worked in all three. She was in the judicial, legislative, and executive. So yeah. Fortunator will win. Fortunator will win in a landslide running as part of the Re Party. The Democrats and Republicans will disband for this, making the U.S. a one-party state. Uh, I mean, aren't all of us too young to be president? I'm a part of the Mario Party. Clinton served as the governor of Arkansas for twice as long as Bush, though. Bill Clinton? Oh, yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he was a governor. Dude, that's crazy. Sometimes I legitimately forget about that. To be fair, I did say the last 20 years, though. When I said that, I was referring to guys like Bush and after, not before Bush. It says here on my phone that he was, yeah, it says he was a governor for. Bill Clinton was a governor of Arkansas from 1979 to 1981. Damn, sometimes I forget how old Bill Clinton actually is. He was a governor from 1979 to 1981, and he was a governor again from 1983 to 1992. And then became president afterwards. And before that, he was actually the Attorney General of Arkansas. Huh. Yeah, that's crazy. It's funny because if you extend it past before Bush and you include Clinton, because I was only talking about the last 20 years. If you talk about before Bush and you include Clinton, then yeah, Clinton probably did have the most experience. The only thing he was really missing was that legislative branch. He had both the judicial and the executive. Wait, would Attorney General be part of the judicial though? Oh, chat. Maybe I'm fucking this up. Hold up. Is Attorney General judicial or executive? It's executive, right? Yeah, it's executive. Fuck. Yeah, I completely fucked that up. Ah. Dude, judicial is like being a part of the court. Anyways, let's see what people are saying in the chat. The fact that she was in all three branches and still lost tells you a lot, doesn't it, Lamau? Well, again, scratch that. I don't really know if she was a part of the judicial branch. Because I kind of fucked that up. I won't lie with you. But wait, no, she was a district attorney though, right? That's hold up. I gotta look this up. I'm getting this all mixed up. I'm sorry, guys. Is district attorney judicial or exec? It's judicial, right? No, it's still executive. What the fuck? Okay, I'm getting my branches completely fucked up. Yeah, but the district attorney is not it's not a judicial position. It's an executive one. No. No, Hatchet Man, that's not how it works. No. That's not how that works. You still serve like the executive part of the government. You're enforcing the laws, right? You're not a part of like a court system that interprets any like major decisions or whatever. Let's see what people are saying. Funny how every president elected between 1992 and now is a boomer. Yeah. Bill Clinton is still younger than Trump. That is true. Bill Clinton is still younger than Trump. I don't know why, Hatchet Man, but you saying that makes me laugh. I don't know why. Hatchet Man is like one of the people. Hatchet Man is like one of those people to where he could just be typing shit in the chat and it just makes you laugh, even though it's not that funny. Like, it's probably not even that fucking funny, but it makes you laugh. Say it in Elmo's voice. God, how do I even mimic Elmo? Elmo loves his goldfish, his crayon too. Maybe we should vote for presidents for their cartoon tastes. Attorney General and District Attorney handle the courts, right? So they're judicial. Hi, Rourke. Yeah, they're the definition of a pseudo-intellectual. Who? Wait, what? we're talking about politics, Elmo is a crackhead. Nah, we're not doing that. I love Elmo too much. I know there are memes, but Elmo is like my childhood character. I'm fucking around, by the way. I don't actually really care. I hate video essay YouTube more and more. You don't need to spend 19 hours on some sitcom. True! Bro, unironically, Rourke, like, those videos, I tried watching some of them. Those videos are borderline unwatchable. I genuinely don't understand how you can make, like, videos that long on some shitty fucking sitcom. Pie Guy Rules used to make sitcom, like, reviews, too, and he never crossed the fucking 1 hour mark doing it, you know? His sitcom reviews were the best, by the way. It was probably the best content he made, in my opinion. Was the ones when he like would take a look at like Nickelodeon sitcoms and shit. It's very simple. Sultan Elmo starting some. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's all that you need to make me laugh, is just have like a funny profile picture and a funny name and just say something in a funny manner and I laugh. Everyone, hey Kevin, your truths are getting kind of obnoxious. Can you tone it down, bro? Me, true! You know, you guys are fucking cucks. I'll do whatever the fuck I want in my chat. If I fart in the microphone, I'll do that. If I want to. Because that's just how it is. This is not a democracy, okay? I need you guys to understand, this is a kingdom. I'm the king, and you guys are all my peasants. Except Hatchet Man and Fartinator. They're court jesters. They get some legitimacy in my kingdom. Rourke is a serf. Rourke gets that serf treatment. So Rourke is not a peasant. They have some authority over you guys, but you guys, everyone else is literally a peasant, okay? Kevin, you guys are fucking cucks. Chat, true! You know what? Keep that up, Mr. Man. You might become a court jester yourself. Okay, that was funny. Kevin, you guys are fucking cucks. Bro, cuck is just a funny word. I'm sorry, like, that word is just funny to me. Wait until the Rourke Revolution? Motherfucker, you're one of my court jesters. What? How the fuck? You're a court jester. Why are you trying to overthrow me? You have fucking power, dumbass. These video essays are so absurd. They're like the length of fucking books in terms of word count. You could read a complex political book in the time it took to watch these ridiculous videos. True! But all joking aside though, like, unironically, I don't understand how you could make like a 6-hour-long video on like a sitcom. Right? On like a shitty Nickelodeon sitcom. Like, at that point, I feel like the people watching that video would be better off watching all of the episodes of the show and coming to their own conclusions, right? Because I guarantee you, none of these sitcoms go past like 6 hours in terms of length. Like, let's say that each sitcom had like a 10-minute long episode, right? And there was like 30 episodes. That would be like what? Like, 300 minutes? So that'd be like 5 hours? So yeah, you could probably watch the entire sitcom yourself in the time it takes you to watch these fucking moronic videos. Recently, I saw someone do a 1 hour, 30-minute video essay on Doug Walker. Obviously, I didn't watch the whole thing because I'm not a masochist, but I decided to watch a part where he just white knights Linkara. Genuinely speaking, how do you make like a giant rant on someone, and not, guys, when I made my review review videos back in the day, like, those videos I thought were already too long because I was making like 20-minute plus videos shitting on like a YouTube reviewer and like making fun of the type of content that they would be making and shit. Those videos were 20 minutes and they felt like they took fucking forever to make with shitty fucking editing, by the way. Okay? How do you go, instead of 20 minutes, how do you do that with like 4 hours with amazing editing? I genuinely don't understand it. Watching a bit of the beginning. Why can't I speak? Watching a bit of the beginning of your live stream, and honestly, Jar's not coming back after that debacle. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's fucked off the internet, which is honestly the smart thing to do. Like, there's just no reason to engage with the internet after what it has done to you. So yeah, even if you made stupid fucking decisions like a fucking dipshit clown that you are, there's just no reason to do that. I thought this was a plantation with Megadupe as a slave master and Fartinator and Crack Elmo as the ones who watch the slaves. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. That should not make me laugh as much as it does Fartinator and Crack Elmo. Crack Elmo Padishah, Demon Reacts. Get it right. He has a fucking fez on his head. An Ottoman style fez. Oh, I'm sorry. That was funny. Not gonna lie, Kevin cooked me when he called me a peasant. Again, degenerate lingo? No, we're not doing that. New King Hatchet Man. I'm just warning you, sir. Sorry, guys. It's not gonna be me. I'm already in the hands of Elmo Pack. Hatchet Man, you could do that by joining the Mario Party. The Mr. Man, my top 5 cucks. Number 1, Sneeko. Number 2, Adam22. I actually don't know who Adam22 is. I'm not gonna lie. Number 3, Destiny. Number 4, Hillary Clinton. Number 5, Just a Robot. Fartinator, don't forget number 6, T-Moss. Guys, stop. I can't breathe. I just ate. Seriously, my stomach is hurting. Stop. To continue from an earlier message, he spent like a good 10 minutes just praising Linkara as a great YouTuber. Why are the actually interesting videos dumbed down to like 10 seconds for YouTube shorts? Yet the ones about stupid chronically online bullshit or a kid's cartoon is like 10 hours. Whenever video essay YouTubers try to make jokes, it's always a disaster. Come home, chat. We have work to do. The Kevin is. Oh my god. Bro, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm not even gonna look at the chat for like 10 seconds. I need to breathe. I need to breathe. Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna take a break from looking at the chat for 10 seconds. I need to breathe for a second. My stomach actually hurts. What are people... Okay. Now let me go to the chat. Hopefully it doesn't make me cry with laughter again. Because I legitimately can't breathe. My stomach is in pain right now. I just ate. Adam22 is the guy from No Jumper who paid Jason Love to bang his wife in a porno. And he thanked him on stream and bragged about it. 9 best cuck Monkey Jones. Why are you guys talking about cucks in my chat? Like what? See, chat, this is why jesters have power. You can just laugh the king to death. Number 10, Hatchet Man. Number 11, Daffy Duck. No, wait, Daddy Duck. Stop! Stop! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I'm gonna die of laughter! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! What the fuck? Daffy Cock! Number 13, Kevin dying to laughter. I can't. I'm not looking at the chat anymore. Can't breathe. I can't breathe. Number 14, the bulldozer. I can't breathe. I can't stop laughing. I don't know why. Oh my god, dude. Stop laughing! Stop laughing! Stop laughing! Please stop laughing! Stop! Stop! Okay. Heart, relax. Oh, my heart is beating super fast. I couldn't breathe. Alright, we're done. We're done. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Okay. Oh, dude, I can't. That was too good. That was too good. My stomach actually. Alright, you guys need to chill. You guys make me laugh for that long. You guys should just stop in the chat. What even started that whole fucking laughter? Some news station in NC possibly. North Carolinian man dies of laughter in a YouTube live stream chat. Thank God I had water next to me. God, dude, that was just too funny. How dare you? I'm a hitman, not a peasant. You will suffer my wrath. Bro, Mr. Washi Washi, your profile picture is actually terrifying. Like, it doesn't matter what you say, I get scared just looking at you due to your profile picture. Like, why is your profile picture some random fucking serial killer or murderer or whatever? Like, who is that in your chat? So scary! Guys, I'm really tempted to put Mr. Washi Washi in timeout until he changes his profile picture. So scary! Obviously, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that much of a fucking bitch. Wait, Mr. Washi Washi from Family Guy is here. Mr. Washi Washi's profile picture looks like Jack the Ripper suspect. Mr. Washi Washi, is that profile picture from a game? It might be. It's me, he docs me member. I'm tempted to send a Linkara timestamp. He exists to scare you. God, the problem, Rourke, is that I just haven't really paid attention to anything that guy with the glasses related in, like, literal years. So even if he is spouting bullshit, I wouldn't be able to, like, refute it. You guys, you guys, I still couldn't believe how hard you guys were making me laugh. Like, I was legitimately trying to stop laughing because, like, I could not breathe, but you guys just kept going on in the chat. Fucking, what, who was it, Viper? The bulldozer! Like, that was just, Kevin, you sound like Shaggy when you're dying of laughter, Lamau. Zoink scoop! Laughing Kamal. I legit can't even see Mr. Washi Washi in the chat. I guess he left. Every time he comes, I just get terrified because his profile picture is so scary. You sound like Sokka when you're laughing. What, from Avatar? Is that really how he laughs? Oh, that doesn't sound pleasant. I don't think my laugh sounds good. You laugh like Elmo. I can't laugh anymore. My throat actually hurts now. If I laugh, I'll start laughing like fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog where he wheezes really hard. Like, what does he do? God, I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. That show is fucking amazing. You laugh like Elmo. Dude, you are Elmo. All memes aside, I love Elmo. I really do. I remember Elmo being, like, really wholesome. Kevin laughing made my day so much better. Goddamn. Well, thank you. I'm glad that my suffering in terms of laughing a lot made you happier. Thoughts on the backlash against Watch Mojo for their top 10 cucks list and their placement of Daft Pina on number 1. By the way, that timestamp was less about you debunking and more so, why is this video that's supposed to be about the Nostalgia Critic spending this long praising one guy? You know what? I don't care how controversial this is. Nostalgia Critic hate nowadays has become so overblown to the point where it's just comical. Like, yeah, Doug Walker sucks, but he's not as bad as some of these people make him out to be. And you know what? I don't care how hot of a take this is, and this might be a hot take. I think he's better than AVGN now. I don't care. I think he's better than AVGN now. If you want to sit there and criticize that point, I don't give a fuck. But I can at least watch a Doug Walker video now. I can't do so with AVGN. I'm sorry. I genuinely don't get, like, I genuinely don't think there's a difference between, like, AVGN versus, like, Irate Gamer back in the day. You laugh like Toshiko falling out of a window. Bro, dude, I have to explain the whole Toshiko shit to y'all, chat, because this shit was a lot more wholesome than I thought it was gonna be. And you know what? I ship it. I don't give a fuck. I bothered read about it in Discord, by the way. And a couple other guys, actually. True, at least Doug writes his own episodes. At least it's not written by other dipshits. Exactly, bro. Like, Doug Walker, okay? For all of his faults, at least his review is like... At least his reviews are like something I can watch, and it's something that he writes. And not only that, I don't give a fuck what people say. There is the occasional time where Doug Walker writes something that is genuinely funny. I don't care what anybody says. You have to be completely out of your mind if you say otherwise. AVGN now literally is so different from like the Irate Gamer. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't care what anybody says in that regard. In fact, let me actually show you, like, one thing that, OMG! Now Kevin is going to share his shipping GTA fanfic to everyone. What have I done now? Maybe later on in the stream if I don't forget. God, what was it? What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Nostalgia Critic. This clip right here that the Nostalgia Critic made actually made me laugh. And honestly, it's fucking true. Even though Nostalgia Critic is cringy and he's just not good, you know what? And you know, that's like another thing. At least there's like a part of him that seems self-aware of like the absurdity and the unfunniness of his content. Whereas with AVGN, it's clear that he's like taking it still seriously. You're gonna forget because LCS is a forgettable game. Claude XC shade. You guys need to relax, okay? If I don't forget, I'll tell you. But if I do forget, then oh well. I'm gonna try not to forget, though. Alright, so where can I find it? Okay, this scene right here. Fuck. Say Okay, and then... This intro's terrible, okay? I'm not even gonna try to deny that. But what I do think is actually, like, legitimate... I actually did like this one skit. Not because it was funny, but because it applies to, like, a lot of things now, and it's just so true. You'll see it in a second.
Hyper, Benny, thought I told you guys to get ready for Spider Month.
Oh, we are, darling.
Yeah, we're ready to mock the hell out of those Sam Raimi movies.
Awesome, I think. Wait, I thought you guys loved the Raimi movies. I mean, I've made fun of them for years, but you two have always defended them. That's one of the reasons I brought you in, to get a different point of view.
Oh, that's when we were children, darling. Little babies. Oh.
Yeah, we've grown a lot since then.
As you can tell by our grow-upping demeanor.
Oh, really? So now you see them as silly movies?
Of course, darling. The Raimi films are ridiculous.
Laughably ridiculous.
That's so funny. I've been saying that for years, and everybody's been looking at me like I was crazy.
They are awful. Simply the worst kind of awful.
Well, I don't know if I go that far.
Now that we have real Spider-Man movies,
As well as real comic book movies in general.
we've been enlightened with age, and now we see them for the shit that they really are.
Well, I wouldn't call them shit.
What are you talking about? You've mocked them more than anyone, darling.
I know, but I guess I've always had a bit of a soft spot for them.
Gasp! Are you saying you actually like those baby movies?
Yes. I mean, I don't know. Compared to the millions of other comic book movies we have now, they are kind of unique.
Looks like he's one of those man-children that can't let go of his happy memories.
Hey, there is good money to be made with that. I mean, I was telling you guys these movies were silly.
You obviously haven't matured like we have.
Come, dear. Let us venture to where the adults are.
Joke's on you, you're on the internet, a mental fountain of youth. Nobody grows up here.
Even if you think the skit wasn't that funny, what I like about it is just how, like, surprisingly relatable that skit is. Like, there are so many fucking times where... What is it? There are so many fucking times where there are, like, there are guys that you would shit on back... This actually applies to me in a way with, like, Mr. Enter, okay? Like, I remember when I used to shit on, Mr. Enter back in the day. And I used to get, like, a lot of hate for doing so. And the same people who used to criticize me for being too mean against Enter were the same guys who eventually started A-logging the fuck out of him years later. And then it became to the point where it's like, even me, I'm just looking at this clear, obvious A-logging, like, this is fucking pathetic. Like, the guy isn't fucking Hitler. Like, yeah, he sucks, but he's not the worst YouTuber out there, you know? It applies to so much shit, I think. Yeah, exactly. Let's criticize him for, like, bullshit reasons. Exactly. Do you guys remember when I made that video a few years back at this point, which is kind of crazy that it's been so long? Like, I made that video where I talked about how, what was it? Where I talked about the whole Mr. Enter hate was becoming ridiculous and absurd and stupid, and a lot of the people who criticize him still are just moronic A-logs. And I still believe that, by the way. Like, I think that if you make a video on him in, like, 2024, you're a fucking loser and you need to do something better with your life. And I guarantee you, if I looked at your content, it's worse than his. I guarantee you. Reminds me of Silent Rob's videos. DSP obsession is pathetic and the Archfiend on the Irate Gamer. Yeah, to some extent, sure. But I will say the Archfiend on the Irate Gamer one was a lot worse because he was only doing that just to project more hatred on the AVGN. Right? Yeah. Wasn't that when Mr. Enter made the Turning Red video? Yeah, that was a while back. It's kind of crazy how it's already been like a few years. James has said before that he's more of a movie person than a video game person, and you can really tell. Claude XCJ fanfic. He only does it for the paycheck. This might be a hot take, but I enjoy cringe sometimes. True! Viper Vulcan, that, and the Toshiko X Tony. Tony Cipriani is surprisingly evil. Okay, I have to tell you guys this now. Because Red keeps mentioning it in my chats, and I don't think I will ever go past it. Unless I just mention it, okay? So, in case you guys are not aware, there was a GTA game. There's the Grand Theft Auto games, right? There's Grand Theft Auto 3, 4, San Andreas, Vice City, you know, that kind of thing. However, for Grand Theft Auto, there was the Grand Theft Auto Stories games, right? Like, there was Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories, and there was also China War Towns. There was even one for the fucking Game Boy Advance called GTA Advance, and that's literally what the name was. Keep in mind, in Grand Theft Auto, those games that I just mentioned, the Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories, GTA Advance, etc. Those guys, those are all games for like handhelds, okay? Yeah, very, very simplistic, right? So, no San Andreas Stories. Yeah, there wasn't no San Andreas Stories, right? But whatever. Now, one game that I never really played back in the day, that I was interested in learning more about was Liberty City Stories, right? And the only reason why was because every single fucking guy I talked to who knows anything about GTA kept telling me that GTA Liberty City Stories is not only like the protagonist from that game, legitimately speaking, is probably the most evil GTA protagonist of all the Grand Theft Auto games, right? Like, if you were to make like a tier list of every Grand Theft Auto protagonist and you made them based on how evil they are, the one from GTA Liberty City Stories would be the most evil. You know? Tony Cipriani, right? And in case you don't know, if you played GTA 3, so keep in mind, GTA 3 came out in 2001, and GTA Liberty City Stories came out in 2005, right? LCS is actually a prequel of GTA 3, okay? And if you play GTA 3, you actually do encounter Tony Cipriani as a character in that game, but he was introduced as like a side character. You know, not like, not even like a big side character, just like a character that Claude took missions from, right? Let me actually show you the cutscenes on that. The online character from GTA Online, I don't count him. I don't count him. He probably would be the most evil, though.
Seat, kid. Take a goddamn seat. So the laundry won't pay any protection, huh? The triads think they can mess with me? Let's teach these would-be tough guys what it means to be a tough guy.
To this day, I still like that line, though. Let's teach these would-be tough guys what it means to be a tough guy.
mess, Ma. I want you to destroy their laundry vans and mangle any triad gimp that gets in your way. 8-Ball can supply you with what you're gonna need.
So yeah, he was just kind of like a minor fucking character that Claude took missions from early on in the game, when he was still a part of like the Mafia. And for some reason, in 2005, Rockstar released GTA City Stories, GTA Liberty City Stories, where they took this fucking, this fat fucking mafia capo guy that was briefly introduced in GTA 3. Let me see if I can actually find another clip of him.
You did good back there, kid. Real good.
They took this guy and were like, let's just give him his own fucking game. Like, why not? He's become a protagonist now.
Come on, let's introduce you to the Don.
Like, it's just so funny to me. He's just like a very minor character in GTA 3, and they were like, yeah, you know what? Let's just make him into a main character. Why not, right? And so they do for GTA Liberty City Stories. And before I go into it, I just want to say, GTA Liberty City Stories has such a really good fucking theme. It's actually like my favorite theme of all the GTA of all the GTA games. Boom, boom, boom. I was actually humming this theme earlier on in the live stream. Alright, so that's the theme. I really fucking like it. It's very good. I think the only themes I like more is the GTA Vice City one, okay? I love how you believe the reason he's fat in GTA 3 is because he's depressed about Toshiko's death, Lamau. Bro, I'm getting to it. Stop spoiling the chat, okay? So, basically, what happened was, I decided to go and watch the entire Liberty City's Stories cutscenes, okay? This guy on YouTube made a really good, like, cutscene compilation video of, like, the entire game, where you can basically get a good idea of how the game plays story wise, right? It's 2 hours long, 2 hours 40 minutes long. I basically treated it like a movie, right? If I can actually go to the beginning here.
Right, boss.
Out of order. Capiche?
I understand, boss.
So when you need something, give Vincenzo a call down at Atlantic Key. He'll take care of you. Won't you, Lucky?
Of course, boss. Anything you say. Tell you what, we can go there now.
Some of these cutscenes are genuinely fucking hilarious, too. If I can find one of them that made me laugh really hard. So keep in mind, before the story even begins, Tony comes back after... Fuck these ads. He comes back to Liberty City after being away for a long time because he had to kill a made man of a rival mafia. So he had to lay low, essentially. And when he comes back, the first guy he has to take orders from is this guy who is a dipshit. You'll see in a second just from this cutscene alone, right?
Sure, Mama. I'll call you later.
I really hope I don't get fucking banned off YouTube for showing this cutscene, but whatever.
Yeah.
Vincenzo.
Yeah, of course. Oh, of course. I'm being a good boy. Love you. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, sweetheart. Give it a rest now. Here, now get out of here. A little trumpeter for you. Hey, who loves you, Angel?
You do, Vinny.
Is that your mother on the phone?
Sure.
You're disgusting. Where's your respect?
Respect? I call it multitasking, Antonio. What? Don't you like getting a hot bra to suck you off?
What?
Because if it's a problem, I can get Ray to help you out.
Fuck you.
That's funny. What I find funny though is how... God, I was gonna say something, but I lost my train of thought. Yeah, notice how he talks about the whole, like, was that your mom on the phone? You're disgusting. Where's your respect? The reason why he says this is because Tony has mommy issues. You'll see it in a second, don't worry.
I'm just busting your balls. Relax. Listen, tough guy, I need you to do me a favor. I got girls crazy for blow. I got a car full of it parked in Trenton. Go pick it up, give me a call.
What am I, your driver? Screw you.
No, listen. I do it myself, but I'm being watched by the feds. You know I'll look out for you. Trust me. Besides, remember, there's a hierarchy here, capiche? Now be a good kid.
He actually does end up betraying him in this mission, too. What was I gonna say? Wait, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I showed that cutscene. So, it sounds like the name of a random pimp character from Vice City you have to do a mission for. So, I was talking about something related to this game, but I forgot. Okay, so the main reason why I decided to watch all the cutscenes for GTA Liberty City Stories was because every single person who played GTA kept telling me that he is the most evil protagonist of the GTA series, and it's not even close. I watched the cutscenes, and you know what? I agree. He actually is the most evil protagonist of all the GTA ones. Yeah, this is it's funny because he also is the same character who at one point actually goes to a church confessional and confesses his sins to the church. And he's also like, he also has mommy issues. Spoiler alert, his mom actually puts a hit out on him. Which I think is actually kind of funny. Liberty City Stories has a lot of funny fucking cutscenes. My favorite cutscene in the entire game, okay, is this one here. This one just makes me laugh. Like, it just... I don't know what it is. Like, I just laugh seeing this cutscene because of just how absurd it is. You'll see what I mean in a second. When I show you guys this cutscene, I want to ask, am I like dumb for laughing at this? Because that's genuinely how I feel. So in this cutscene, he works for a bent cop. Yeah.
So you're the pain in the neck, huh?
Excuse me?
Got all kinds of important people very pissed off at you. Leon McCaffrey, LCPD.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm in the restaurant business.
Whatever you say, tough guy. You greaseballs want to put holes in each other, I don't give a shit. All I care about is my cut.
Oh, I love a man of principle.
Well, me too. I go to all their memorial services in fast cars with hot broads. My cut, where is it?
Up your ass, buddy.
With hot broads. My cut, where is it?
I don't know why. The way the guy says "my cut, where is it?" makes me laugh. But Tony's response is what makes me really laugh. I like it a lot.
Care about is my cut.
Oh, I love a man of principle.
Well, me too. I go to all their memorial services in fast cars with hot broads. My cut, where is it?
Up your ass, buddy. Like, don't make me laugh. You keep fucking with me, I'll put you, your friends, families, your whole fucking hometown under the sword.
Relax. Go get laid or something. This is business.
You with the same guy threatening him with the cut.
A partnership. Equals. I keep the law off your back, the feds, Rico, and you keep me in the shit that I like.
I don't know why. The way he's like, my cut, where is it, makes me laugh. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Am I the only one who finds that funny? Like, just a random bench cop comes up to you and he's like, where's my cut? Yes? No, I can't be delusional. Come on. Alright, but talk about how Tony Cipriani blows up an island. Okay, so here's the infamous mission called Bringing the House Down, where Tony Cipriani, spoiler alert, goes and destroys an entire fucking... He goes and just watch the fucking cutscene.
Now I'm a decent guy.
$5,000, by the way. So yeah, this mission is very infamous in the sense that, like, Tony literally blows up, like, a fucking island just so a corrupt real estate tycoon could make money, right? And he only gets $5,000 doing it. It's probably the most infamous mission. It probably is the most evil GTA mission of all time, right? Yeah, exactly. Not even Trevor did anything like this, right? So yes, when it comes to how evil he is, he's absolutely the most evil, he's the most evil protagonist of all the GTA characters, and it's not even close. Yeah. Now, that was the original reason why I watched all the Liberty City Stories cutscenes. But one thing I really liked from the actual Liberty City Stories, and you know what? I ship it. I don't give a fuck. Was that randomly in the fucking story, he gets a call from some fucking chick who literally tells him, like, hey, is this Tony? You know, is this Tony Cipriani? And he's like, who the fuck has my number, right? And he goes and works for said chick, and it turns out that the chick who called his number was a part of the Japanese Yakuza, and she basically makes him go on a bunch of missions to fuck over the whole Yakuza gang, because she is the neglected wife of the Yakuza leader, and it literally culminates to a point where Tony goes and has a fucking sword match with that guy and kills the guy. And it was honestly really fucking wholesome for a GTA storyline. I'm gonna be honest. I was genuinely shocked because it was like, you know, I was literally watching these cutscenes, and then all of a sudden we just get this really nice, wholesome storyline because the dynamic between the two is actually genuinely really nice. And then, yeah, it just happens. But she ends up killing herself, which really sucks. Like, what? That's what... her name was Toshiko, by the way, right? That's what Red was referring to earlier in the chat when he said, I love how you said that, because my headcanon is that the reason why Tony Cipriani became fat in GTA 3 is because he got depressed that Toshiko killed herself, so he just ended up eating a lot. Make a tier list on the GTA protagonists on how evil they are. I might do that, honestly. Even ignoring that mission where Tony literally blows up, like, an entire island, he also, like, kills a guy who did nothing to him, dismembers the dude's body, and sells it back to the restaurant that the dude works at as, like, meat, quote-unquote, just because his mom liked him. Yeah. He did that. His rampages in the game are all with innocent pedestrians as opposed to, like, criminals. Yeah, he was just fucking ruthless. Like, he just really did not care. Let me make a how evil they are GTA protagonist tier list, because why not, you know? Let's see here. I'm gonna do this not just by actions, but also based on, like, personality, too. Because I feel like that also kind of demonstrates it. Just let me say for the record, that when it comes to GTA, when it comes to GTA, there's not really any characters that are actually good. Pretty much every single character in GTA is evil. Like, these guys are literally criminals and murderers, right? However, there's some that are more evil than others, but I just want you guys to know that when I say that this character is the more evil or this character is good or whatever, like, spoiler alert, even like the most good GTA character is basically like the video game version of Pablo Escobar, right? Like, he's still extremely evil, right? So I don't, yeah. Anyway, so this is my GTA protagonist, how evil they are tier list. I'm not gonna rank characters I don't know anything from the story about, so really it's just this guy here. I do know the other characters to an extent. Yeah, let's start off with I never really played Ballad of Gay Tony either. I don't really remember Lost in the Damn Story all that much. I never played it, but I do remember watching like a playthrough of it a while back. So these are the three I'm not gonna bother ranking. This guy, this guy, this guy. But these guys I can rank because I actually do know their character now. Let's see here. Normal GTA evil, slightly less evil, probably the most good, extremely evil by GTA standards, beyond irredeemable, a monster. Okay. The first guy, what are people saying in the chat? In fact, you know what? Since I have dual screen, let me take advantage of that. So, you guys can still see the chat, right? Yeah, you guys can. Alright, so you guys can see the thing. Least evil GTA protagonist is probably Franklin. Nah, Franklin is not the least evil, but I'll go through it in a second. Alright, so CJ is probably, we aren't counting things they do outside of mission. For this tier list, I'm only going to be counting, like, the canonical things. So, like, side missions, I'm just not going to count. However, I will maybe look at side missions if it, like, describes the person's personality and character a little bit more, okay? You'll guys see what I mean in a second. So, CJ, I would probably rank in normal GTA evil, but he's very close to getting into that extremely evil tier. CJ literally, the only reason why he's not in this tier is because every single thing that he did, like, in the game was him fucking with other criminals and committing murders against other criminals and doing basically gangbanging. But at least with CJ, he was doing it quite literally for, like, the family and for him to get rich and stuff. It wasn't just out of pure, I want to destroy everything, that kind of thing, you know? And also, he just seems to really not just seems, he actually does care about his family a lot. Hell, some of the stuff he does with Kendall is actually, Kendall and Sweet, when Sweet isn't fucking bullying him, is actually low-key kind of wholesome. And he did feel bad when he killed Big Smoke. So you know what? CJ gets in this tier. Normal GTA evil, okay? Next up, Claude. Yeah, no, Claude is definitely here. Extremely evil by GTA standards. Claude has no loyalty, a complete psychopath, does whatever mission he wants in order to get ahead, has done countless amounts of crimes, does not give two shits. Yeah, definitely very fucking ruthless and dangerous. Claude is irredeemable. Maybe, yeah. But the only reason why I don't want to put him in this tier is because I think Tony is legitimately in a tier of his own. The alleged father of the GTA Online character. Is that like a meme? Because it can't be the case because GTA is a confirmed multiverse. Rockstar has confirmed that it is a multiverse. GTA 3 takes place in the 3D universe, and GTA Online takes place in the HD universe. So they cannot interact. And I guess GTA 6 is probably going to be its own universe in the 4K universe. So, yeah. It's just a meme? Okay, yeah. Well, there you go. Claude is right here for me. I think him being here is actually fair. Franklin would probably be here. Slightly less evil. Yeah, a lot of the most evil stuff he does in GTA 5, it's literally because the feds are coercing him. And he's also very sensible compared to a lot of other GTA protagonists, I think. Yeah, there isn't really any, there's not really any time where he does something that makes me think, yeah, this guy is beyond irredeemable. And keep in mind, the ending where Franklin saves both Trevor and Michael and doesn't kill any of them, and they go and kill Steve Haynes, Devin Weston, etc. That ending is the canonical ending. It was confirmed by Rockstar that the C ending is the canonical one. The ones where Franklin kills either Trevor or Michael have been considered retconned into being non-canon, okay? So yeah, Franklin being in this tier makes sense. Michael, yeah, I'm gonna put Michael in this tier too. That might be a little controversial, but Michael, I think legitimately, he was very treacherous, but he was treacherous in the sense that he was trying to do it for his family, which is, I mean, let's be real here. You would betray your family too if it meant that, you know, you could save them. Michael is normal GTA evil, honestly. Maybe, but honestly, I think Nico and Tommy are worse. They're coming up. These are the guys who I put in this tier. But I just don't think Michael is on the same level as them. Actually, maybe. Actually, let me think about this. Michael is either here or here. I'm trying to think if there's anything that puts him on the same level as, like, CJ. Michael isn't a better person than CJ. He did do a lot of bank robberies in, like, before the events of GTA 5, which no doubt probably got into, like, a lot of shooting matches. He cares about his family. He betrayed Trevor. He betrayed Brad. He kind of betrayed Franklin, too. I think I'm okay with putting him in slightly less evil. I feel like Michael does what he does because he, again, just like Franklin, he's not really bloodthirsty. He just wants to make money. And a lot of the most evil shit he does in GTA 5 is because he was coerced, I can't say that word, into doing it by the FBI guys, Steve Haynes and Devin Weston. If somebody in the chat can, like, let me know of a thing that he did that was really evil, even by GTA standards, let me know, but I genuinely can't think of it. Michael is here for me. That's just what I think. Let's see here. Nico is in normal GTA evil. He's definitely, he cares about his cousin. He also cares Roman a lot. He cares about Mallory too, so he has some redeeming qualities to him. That being said, some of the stuff that he does do is like, he's kind of like Claude in the sense that he doesn't really have loyalty to anyone, and he just kind of kills whoever he needs to kill in order to get ahead. You know, which is kind of ironic because Nico's whole thing is about how loyalty is like the most important thing or whatever. But if you really think about it, Nico kind of betrayed a lot of fucking people he worked with early on. And honestly, even later on in the game. He betrayed Vlad. He betrayed Mikhail Faustin. He was betrayed by Dmitri. Now, granted, this also depends on what ending you choose, but regardless of if you choose the deal ending or the revenge ending, I chose revenge, by the way. He betrays either Pegorino or Dmitri. He betrayed Vlad for a good reason, though. Not really, no. I don't agree with that. He betrayed Vlad because Vlad was sleeping around with Mallory, and he wanted to defend Roman. But Roman was also the same guy who was getting into a fucking loan shark deal with Vlad, and he was he was working for Vlad for a reason, right? And it was never really stated, because my understanding was that the cheating was completely consensual on both sides. I mean, you can't really, no, I don't agree with that. You can't really betray Vlad for him doing that, when, if anything, that's something that you should be pissed more at Mallory and Roman for having just a fucking sloppy ass relationship. So Roman's a cuck. I mean, you could say that, but Roman was also cheating a shit ton on Mallory too. Like, literally, Roman's character was that he was literally sleeping around with whoever he could. Like, both of them are not loyal at all. And not only that, but him killing Vlad wasn't even, like, a smart thing to do in the first place, because it's what got him involved with Mikhail Faustin and Dmitri in the first place, like the Russian mafia. Yeah, you can't even make that, it wasn't even a smart thing to do, and Roman actually calls him out on how stupid of a decision that it was. I even remember him saying something like, I even remember Roman saying something along the lines of like, I told you to stay calm, you hot-headed chump. What did he say? He said he has serious friends. We're fucked, something like that, you know? So it wasn't even like a smart thing to do. But yeah, Nico betrayed a lot of people. He killed a lot of people. He engaged in a kidnapping just so he can get money from the diamonds in that storyline. Even before the events of GTA 4, he was literally a confirmed war criminal. He was a war criminal in the Bosnian War. Yeah, he did a lot of human trafficking. Yeah, him being a normal GTA evil is fair for me. Even if he does have some redeemable aspects to him. The torture cutscene where you get kidnapped after killing Vlad from 4 is funny. It is pretty fucking funny. Next up is Tommy. Tommy is normal GTA evil for me. Yeah, for some reason, a lot of people in the GTA community, or fan base, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, a lot of people like to put Tommy here, or even, I've even seen one tier list that put him here. Tommy is normal for me. There's never really a time in the game where Tommy does something so dangerous or reckless that makes me think he's beyond this tier. That being said, he was still pretty fucking evil. Some of the stuff that he did was pretty absurd. And he ends up having his own, like, mafia family by the end of it. But one of the reasons why I also don't want to put Tommy in anything above normal GTA evil is because Tommy, just like Nico, does have like some redeeming aspects about him. He definitely does seem to care about Rosenberg, though they had a falling out after Vice City. He genuinely cared about Lance, Even though Lance ended up fucking betraying him because Lance is a fucking dipshit. He cared about Mercedes. He cared about Ernest Kelly. Yeah, Tommy being a normal GTA evil is fine for me. Tommy gave so many chances for Lance. Exactly. I think Tommy genuinely thought Lance was his friend. Like, he was shocked that Lance betrayed him too. The only person that he, like, showcased ruthlessness for was against Diaz and against Sonny. And Sonny was for obvious fucking reasons, and Diaz was also for obvious fucking reasons. Yeah, Tommy being a normal GTA evil is fine for me. You know, it's a wild franchise when a war criminal is a normal GTA evil. True! Again, like, the most good GTA character from this list, spoiler alert, Victor Vance over here, is literally like Pablo Escobar. Like, you know, like that's considered the most morally good. In fact, you know, I might as well just put him here. Victor Vance, basically, the only reason why I think he's like the most good was because he never did something that was so outrageous compared to all these other guys, and he never really wanted to be a criminal. It kind of just came to him, if that makes sense. That being said, he was still basically Pablo Escobar. But despite all of that, he's probably the most good GTA protagonist out there. I've never played this game, but from what people tell me, this guy here this is a protagonist from the Chinatown game. They say that he's also here for the same fucking reason. He never really wanted to be a part of the criminal scene. It just kind of came to him, unfortunately. But yeah. Alright, let's go over. Tony Cipriani, yeah, beyond irredeemable a monster. You already saw the fucking cutscene. He blows up a fucking island, just so a corrupt real estate tycoon can make money. He dismembers a guy just because said guy was liked by his mother. He does a lot of ruthless shit for the mafia. Like, yeah, Tony is definitely in that above tier. Does Tony have any redeeming qualities? But believe it or not, Mr. Man, despite his actions being the most evil, he actually does have a couple qualities that you would say, I guess, would be classified as redeeming, despite the fact that he's very fucking evil. For one thing, he's actually very loyal to Salvatore. The Leone, Salvatore Leone, the mafia guy that betrays Claude in GTA 3, he was actually really loyal to Salvatore. He saved both Salvatore, he saves both Salvatore and Maria from death, like, multiple times. Every single mission that he does is him being as loyal as he can to Salvatore. Like, the entire game is literally seeing Tony go from being a low-ranking soldier in the Mafia, if he was even really a soldier in the Mafia. He goes from that to becoming a made man in the Mafia. And by GTA 3, it was confirmed that he became one of Salvatore's capos. Which, if you don't know, a capo is basically like... It's basically like the Mafia equivalent of a general, right? It's why Claude in GTA 3 took missions from him. Yeah, he's loyal to Salvatore. He's very fucking loyal. He genuinely cares about his mother, even though his mother just... constantly shits on him and literally sent his hitman after him at one point. Yeah, exactly what Red said in the chat. So there's a mission in the game. You know, I'll just show it to you. What was it called? GTA LCS No Son of Mine. Here it is. So there's literally a mission in the game where you'll see it in a second. I'll just show you the cutscene.
You there?
Tony? I'm just on the phone. Yeah, he's here now. Okay, I'll kill him. Fine. Tony? Come to upset your mother again, huh? You spend all day playing the tough guy? You never come to see me. I'll bring home any nice girls. But who'd want you anyway? You look so pasty and thin. You're trying to kill me with the shame and the worry. Well, no more. From this point on, we're through. I've called a hit on you. It's really the only way, Aunt Sonia.
What? Ma?
That's funny, though.
It's really the only way, Aunt Sonia.
What? Ma?
I love how he doesn't even sound that pissed off. He just sounds like slightly annoyed. Like his mother literally talks about him. His own mother literally talks about how she puts a hit out on him, and his only response is just like, "What, Ma?" And he says it in a tone as if his mother pulled out like an embarrassing photo album or some shit.
You were always a disobedient boy. It's for the best, son. At least try to die like a real man. Try to stop shaming me.
This mission, by the way, right here is one of the reasons why Tony is so evil to me. And you'll see why in a second, right? So, his mother sent Hitman after him. Do you know what the mission prompt says? It doesn't say, defend yourself against Ma's Hitman. It says this. You'll see it in a second. Ma's Hitman are here. Show Ma you're more than a match for her hitmen. Kill them all. Like, what the fuck? Literally no fucking chill. The even the mission prompt is literally saying, yeah, just kill them all. Like, what? Yeah, that is true. Yeah, but yeah, Tony is definitely like super evil. He does have despite what the fucking title of the thing is, beyond irredeemable a monster, he actually does have a couple redeeming qualities. He genuinely cared about his mother, though that was more so Mom, why do you keep bullying me? That kind of thing. He was loyal to Salvatore. Very loyal to Salvatore. Again, the whole storyline he had with Toshiko was actually genuinely wholesome. Because literally he ends up actually doing her wishes, because it really did seem like he actually cared about her. Yeah. So yeah, Tony is definitely in that beyond irredeemable a monster tier. And the last one is Trevor is gonna be probably here. Yeah, Trevor Phillips. I put Trevor in the same tier as Claude for obvious fucking reasons. But I also don't think he's as evil as Tony, mainly because I think Tony Cipriani's actions were the most evil in the entire series. Yeah. What are some of the redeeming qualities that Trevor had? He was loyal. It really did seem like Trevor actually did care about Michael and Franklin. From the looks of it, it really was like Trevor really only really attacked or harmed criminals. Yeah. The Mr. K scene was insane. Bro, it's really funny how that scene was so fucking controversial in all of GTA's history. Like, that scene was literally like, a lot of parents got really fucking pissed off with that torture scene. It's funny because Trevor never wanted to torture Mr. K. Now, granted, it was clear that he enjoyed doing it, but he never wanted to do it. The only reason why was because the FIB was coercing him in the game. But and that scene and that mission actually was one of Trevor's more redeemable qualities too, because he was literally told by Steve Haynes to kill Mr. K in the game, but instead of doing that, he actually spares him and lets him go, and he even gives him a ride to the airport so he can get out of America. Yeah. Claude is worse than Trevor. I didn't order this tier list. It's just the same tier. Also, it's funny how the scene where Tony Cipriani blows up an island was never controversial, even though the game came out like 4 years. Yeah, exactly. I genuinely think the only reason why they were able to get away with that was because it was on one of the handheld games that not as many people played. That was the only fucking reason why they were able to get away with it in terms of like controversy. Even though out of all the GTA missions, nothing comes close. Actually, you know what? Might as well just order this tier list. So this, I can't really order this. Franklin being less evil than Michael, I'm okay with. Tommy is probably the least evil of these three. Nico, who would I say is more evil, Nico or CJ? I feel like I would put Nico above CJ just because at least CJ wasn't a war criminal. Claude is definitely more evil than Trevor, just a complete psychopath, and Tony's the most evil. Tommy is probably worse than CJ. What the fuck did Tommy do to... again, like, I'm trying to think. Honestly, I feel Tommy and CJ are both equal. I don't really think one is worse than the other, but I think Tommy just has a few more redeeming qualities about him that make me not want to put him more. Tommy didn't do anything that notably bad. I think the most evil mission that Tommy did was that he went and made like a store in a mall explode because he wanted to steal something at one point. But I don't really think I don't think that killed that many people though. I think it only killed like a couple guards who were guarding it. So, yeah. I think this tier list is good. I don't really think I would like change anything about it. I think this is like the most accurate if you had to rank all the GTA characters based on how evil they were, this is probably how I would do it. Where do you think the GTA protagonist will be on? I don't fucking know. Depends on what they do. Now most evil cartoon characters. I would put Lewis and Johnny around normal or less evil. I would put Michael in normal GTA evil tier, but otherwise fair. Alrighty. Okay, now that I did that, you guys can screenshot this tier list if you guys ever give a shit about doing so. I'm gonna fucking rank these. I'm gonna do a completely new tier list on how much I like all these fucking protagonists. This has nothing to do with evil or not evil. This is literally just, do I like the protagonist and their character or whatever, right? This tier, legend, badass, slightly less badass, kinda cool, I guess, kinda sucks, not gonna lie. Alright, so, I'm gonna go through all these tiers and just say, I'm gonna go through these characters again, and this time I'm just gonna rank them on how much I like them as a character, okay? Alright, so starting off with, let's just throw all these guys down here. Alright, of all these guys, who do I not really like that much? Sorry, Franklin. You're gonna have to go in this tier. My bad, bro. That's the thing. Let's get rid of this tier. I don't really dislike Franklin. There's not really a GTA character from that list I don't really like, per se. It's just, cool, I guess. Because that's just genuinely how I feel. Franklin, you're kind of cool, I guess, but you're not really that interesting. Apparently in GTA Online, he actually has more of a character. But, I mean, I never really went into it. I'm only talking about, like, the main campaign. Yeah, he's just kind of whatever, in my honest opinion. Can I really make this 5 tiers? The problem with Franklin is that he's shafted in favor of Michael and Trevor's bullshit. Yeah, exactly. And spoiler alert, I don't think Trevor is all that interesting. Michael is kind of interesting. Yeah, let's make this 5 tiers. Why not? Except I'm just gonna name this last tier, not something more I'm gonna name it something different. Let me fucking really badass. Last tier is cuck. Nah, none of them are cuck. They're all cool, man. Relax. Boring, not gonna lie. Gonna do that. Yeah, Franklin I'm gonna put in this tier. The thing is, I don't even dislike Franklin. I just think he's just boring. I just think he's just boring. Like, I just wish there was more to his character because, yeah, he just doesn't really do much. Franklin would be better if he had more hood missions with Lamar. That is true. Lamar and Franklin's fucking dynamic was hilarious. Like, if we had more Franklin and Lamar dynamics, I genuinely think it would be like here. Because he would just be a funny fucking character. But as he is, just, again, he just kind of got shafted for Michael and Trevor. And like I said, I don't think Trevor is that interesting of a character. And Michael, who's kind of interesting, is... Michael is just whatever. I don't really like the GTA 5 characters that much, to be honest with you. Next up, Tony. I actually did really like Tony. I will say that. He has a really solid personality. He has mommy issues. I like that storyline he had with Toshiko. That shit was fucking wholesome. His loyalty with Salvatore was really cool. He had a lot of fucking funny cutscenes. And you know what? Him being the most evil GTA protagonist, for me, is just an automatic plus because it really does, like, scream into that ruthlessness, like, persona that he has, you know? In a game series like GTA, I really do think, like, the more evil your protagonist is, the better they probably are, I think, generally speaking. Yeah, I really do like Tony. Tony Cipriano is a cool fucking character. Let's see here. Claude. Claude was kind of cool, I guess. He was a silent protagonist, and he didn't really say anything, but you know what? I really do like the whole ruthlessness aspect he had, and him being like this genuine fucking psychopath was a character by itself. That mute asshole. And not only that, but Claude actually had, like, I don't care what anybody says, his villain, Catalina, was genuinely the best GTA villain that Grand Theft Auto wrote, and to me, it's not even close. I could even make a GTA main antagonist tier list, because very well done villain. So I think that's one of the reasons why Claude was just, you know, was just cool to me. Let's see here. Trevor is gonna be in this tier, I think, maybe. Let's rank him later. Nico, I really liked Nico. Really badass character. Yeah. Nico had a lot of genuine character to him. I liked a lot of the dynamics he had throughout the entire story. I really, 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 really loved the dynamic he had with Roman. That shit was fucking money. Yeah. And you know what's funny? I actually really liked Roman as a character, too. Yeah, Roman was honestly a lot smarter than I remember him being. Like, a lot of the choices that Nico does in the beginning was genuinely extremely fucking reckless, and Roman calls him out on his shit, on that shit, and honestly, he wasn't wrong. Yeah, I like Nico a lot. He's really badass. Let's see here. I think Trevor's a cool character. He's not really, he has more of a personality than Claude, and he actually does have, like, a few instances in the story I like it, where I actually liked him as a character, but I think my main issue with Trevor is that I just don't like how, like, I just feel like he's way too childish. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like his character is a lot more childish than it should be, where it kind of makes the game a lot more laughable than it should be, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it feels cartoonish. Like, let me put it to you like this. When Tony is super fucking evil, it actually feels like a GTA game. When Trevor does it, it feels a lot more cartoonish, but that's just what I think. Trevor's in cool character category. Of all the 3 GTA characters, Michael was my favorite, but even him, I think, is in the same fucking tier. God, the one thing I don't like about Michael is that I really, the whole thing with his family, I just could not get behind at all. His family was just really fucking bad. Alright, let's see here. Victor, I might as well fill this tier. Victor Vance is in this tier. Kind of cool, I guess, but kind of boring too. Maybe this tier too, but I feel like Trevor's supposed to be like the Joker, where he's both funny and genuinely terrifying. Yeah, I think that was that was what they were going for, but I feel like you can be funny without needing to go to a cartoonish level. Like some of Nico's reactions and responses with characters like Roman or who else did he interact with? Or Packy. You guys remember Packy? Like, some of Nico's interactions with those characters was genuinely fucking hilarious, but he was still serious, you know? Yeah. Next up is CJ. CJ is definitely in this tier. Really badass for what the character he is. I mean, honestly, yeah, CJ's gonna be in this tier. I actually really like CJ as a character. I think he really did. I think CJ, and you're about to see the next character, CJ and Tommy, I think really hit that perfect middle ground of what a GTA protagonist is. They're evil. They're funny. They can be funny at times, but they're still really serious. They're still badass. Like, yeah. And spoiler alert, my favorite protagonist of all GTA is Tommy Vercetti. Tommy Vercetti is just a fucking legend. I liked his backstory. I liked a lot of the fucking dynamics he had with various different characters. Some of the dialogue he said was really cool. And that's another thing, by the way. All these characters in the top tier, like Tommy, CJ, Tony, Nico. I'll put Nico above Tony, though. I think these guys had really good voice acting, too. I actually really like the voice acting for all 4 of these characters. Michael's voice acting was good. Trevor was... it was okay. A little bit cartoonish at times. Claude's voice acting was clearly Oscar-worthy. Victor's was okay. Franklin was okay. So, there you go. But Tommy Vercetti actually had the best GTA voice for me, and it's not even close. I love Claude's voice the most. True! The best acting performance is Trevor, and it's not even close. I 100% disagree. I really do think Tommy and CJ had the best voices. Yeah, CJ's voice actor did a really good fucking job. It's not just their voices in, like, the cutscenes, too. It's their voices when they're getting, like, chased by the cops. Like, when you're playing the game, and sometimes the characters start spouting, like, lines when they're getting chased by the cops or whatever. Like, that was another thing I really liked.
Hi, I'm...
Like, let me show you what I mean.
Leave me alone, mister.
Fuck? Okay, there you go.
I'm innocent. Stay away from me. I don't like guys in uniform, pal.
I've heard it all before, pal. You're as boring as the other guy.
You can't run, officer. I really think there must be some mistake.
Go play with the traffic. You guys ever catch any criminals? I thought they were throwing you idiots off the force. You morons still learned nothing. You ain't a cop. You're a robot.
Go shower with the guys. Give up, you prick.
That's another thing. Tommy used to love saying the word prick a lot.
Save your breath. Give up.
No wonder you ended up being a cop.
What's your wife doing? I did your wife, you poor bastard. Give it up.
Yeah, angry Chase. The angry Chase quotes are the best, dude.
Asshole. Up yours. Don't make me angry. Dicks, you're all dicks. If I have to kill you, I will. You badge-wearing fruit. You upset with me, officer? How's the wife, asshole? Ah, I've had your wife, asshole. You regret those donuts now, don't you? Run, fatso, run. You got the wrong guy. He just looked like me. He went that away.
Yeah, I really like Tommy's voice. Tony had a lot of good fucking quotes, too. And yes, I did actually look at the quotes. Listen to some of them as well. Let's see here. CJ cop quotes.
Idiots, you mother... Fucking fools! Stay the fuck away from me! You think I'm a bitch? Huh? You punk-ass bitch! Bitches! Bribe-taking asshole! Ain't no one paid your ass off yet? Huh? You can't stop me, dude! Get the army, I'm a fucking maniac! It's on now, bitches! Keep on with this shit and you'll be sorry! You punk-ass popo bitches! You should stop blasting on me, fool! I think you should stop with that shit! Give up, motherfuckers! I'm about to lose my temper. Screw you! You don't want me to stop running. You want me to stop, huh? Make your life longer. Stop running. I'd give up now if I was you.
Yeah, I really do miss when games had stuff like this. Like, it really gave the game a lot more life and personality to it. Also, this video actually looks kind of interesting. Let's see here. Fuck, my bad. Still getting used to the dual screen here. This video actually looks kind of interesting. I just noticed it in the recommendations. Is Jimmy Hopkins a bully? Actually a bully? I'm actually tempted to watch this. Chat, you guys know the fucking bully lore. Would you say that Jimmy Hopkins is a bully? Because for me, the answer here is, yes and no, a little bit. Mostly no, though. I actually do feel like Jimmy kind of got cucked a little bit in the game. Do a tier list on the GTA villains? Maybe next time. I'm actually tempted of watching that video, not gonna lie. Oh my god, dude. I just noticed this in my chat, in my recommendations as well. The most vile villain in gaming ever. Do you guys, dude? And it's like do you guys know who that is in the thumbnail? Because I immediately recognize this. Oh my god. Dude, do you guys know who that is? Out of curiosity. No, you don't. Yeah. Gary? No, that's not Gary. How the fuck is that Gary? No. In this thumbnail right here, isn't he from Outlast? He is from Outlast, yeah. He's from Outlast. And he is, yeah, he's something else. Mr. Washi, is that the Outlast penis guy? Yes, it is. Eddie Gluskin. Yep. Not wrong when they say the most vile villain in gaming ever.
Rockstar games you may have never played in your life. This open map game, released in 2006, follows the journey of a badly behaved Jimmy Hopkins as he's transferred into Bulworth Academy, a boarding school known for keeping its children's noses clean.
You keep that nose clean, boy, or I shall clean it myself.
And being a place where students, teachers and staff treat each other with the respect that they deserve. The thing is though, that Rockstar is known for its absolute domination in the open map, story-driven, chaos-inducing games like GTA and the Red Dead series, but Bully has comparatively gone somewhat under the radar. Not enough though for 2013 me to absolutely play the living daylight out of this game, but fast forward 10ish years and I haven't touched the game since. However, in that time I ended up finishing my
They really need to make a fucking sequel to this game, dude.
year at university, where I took a paper that delved deep into bullying, and I thought, how does this real life research add up in the world of Bully? Therefore I fired up the game and replayed the whole story mode from start to finish in the name of science. So, is this game able to truly capture the complexity of bullying? Does decades of research into bullying match what is going on in the world of Bulworth? And be sure to stick to the very end to find out whether Jimmy Hopkins really is a bully.
Not bad, Pete. Not bad at all. Alright. See you around.
Jimmy actually caring about Pete is just honestly really fucking wholesome to me. Like, there was literally a cutscene where it really did show that Jimmy actually viewed Pete as like a friend.
Wait, Jimmy, can I come too? You know what? Don't worry about it.
Of course, before we start, I just want to say that we don't need research to tell us that bullying negatively impacts everyone that is involved, no matter whether that's physical, verbal, online, or any other form. So if you feel like you are yourself struggling with this, then I'll add some links in the description that you may find helpful in dealing with these difficult situations. Stay strong and things will be better. So to really understand how our protagonist, Jimmy Hopkins, makes a name for himself at Bulworth, we need to look at how bullying culture manifests at this school. So, to do that...
I couldn't, dude. That character, I really hated how every single time I try to go to gym class, he would just
makes a name
attack
for himself
me.
at Bulworth, we need to look at how bullying culture manifests at this school.
Damon West. Like, why the fuck? If you have even a tiny bit of disrespect from the jocks and you go near the gym, he just attacks you for no reason. And he was also just a pain in the ass to fight, too. He had a lot of fucking health and he could block. It's weird to see how controversial Bully was, because fucking morons who don't know anything about video games thought this was a bullying simulator.
So, to do that, we need to answer the obvious question. What is bullying? Well, bullying can take many forms and sometimes can be difficult to notice. But to make things easier for researchers, they tend to define it on a few criteria. Bullying can be defined as aggressive intentional acts...
Yeah, okay, we get it. You don't need to explain the fucking definition of bullying. Can you get to the point, please?
and what we can observe happening to others. To be extra scientific here, I will also do this a few times and create a little average score for this to truly be the height of empirical research.
Wait, what?
Aggressive behavior as bullying. Number 1, repetition. Number 2, no doesn't mean
he makes like a
aggressive intentional
criteria
acts carried out by a group or an individual repeatedly and over time against a victim who cannot easily defend themselves.
That's what I really hate about skipping videos sometimes, is because whenever I try to skip, I end up skipping something that actually matters a little bit. Because he apparently has like a criteria of what he counts as bullying for this game.
Not all aggressive behavior is bullying, right? I mean, just because I catapult my controller through my window doesn't mean I'm bullying my Xbox controller. Therefore, 3 criteria are considered relevant in order to define aggressive behavior as bullying. Number 1, repetition. Number 2, intentionality. And number 3, an imbalance of power. Wait, now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually be bullying my Xbox controller. Oh well, it deserves it anyways. Bullying is also typically unprovoked and deliberate, and therefore can be considered a subtype of proactive, goal-directed aggression, but more about this fancy sounding stuff later.
I just want to say, in this mission though, this was not unprovoked. This was 100% self-defense on Jimmy's part.
Studies show that in an age range similar to the one found at Bulworth.
I'm not saying that he's saying that, by the way. I just want to say it's kind of weird that he's talking about it over this clip.
Bullying rates are around 5 to 15%. However, other researchers report that approximately 20 to 25 of young people are directly involved in bullying, and to further complicate the matter, large-scale studies suggest that between 9 to 25% of school-age children are bullied.
Why is he talking about these statistics?
So it's clear that the estimates of who does the bullying and who is the victim of the bullying can vary a lot. Therefore, I decided to take matters into my own hands and to investigate the rates of bullying at Bulworth Academy. I will take this route around the school.
I don't know if maybe I don't remember, but the majority of bully is literally just Jimmy defending himself. Yeah, honestly, sure. 80% of the game, I would argue that if there was a time where Jimmy got into a fight, it was literally to defend himself against a clique trying to fuck with him.
Cool, making sure to avoid the dog. And I will record the amounts of bullying type behaviors either Jimmy personally experiences.
I love that quote from Damon, it's so fucking funny.
Or what we can observe happening to others. To be extra scientific here, I will also do this a few times and create a little average score for this to truly be the height of empirical research. Just in the span of around 30 seconds, an average of 2 physical attacks and at least 1 verbal attack was made on Jimmy whilst innocently skipping around the school, whereas an average of 1.2 physical and 1.6 verbal instances were found of this stuff happening to other people. So as you can see, Bulworth has quite high rates of bullying type behavior, and especially for some reason when I wore my favorite outfit.
Hey, look, the circus is in town.
Is he gonna count free roam mission activities or only missions? I really hope he only counts missions, because if you count free roam, then yeah, Jimmy becomes much more of a bully. But I feel like you should only count missions for videos like this, because that's like the most canonical route, you know? Whereas the stuff in like free roam or like the side missions are not canonical. Unless like Rockstar went out of their way and said, yes, this actually happened, this is canonical to the game's story, you know?
Besides that, there is something seriously going wrong at this school for there to be such high rates of malpractice. However, when doing my own investigations, the stuff that I was coming across was not far from what the research shows us. It seemed that bullies in Bulworth chose their targets as well as the time and place for the attacks that maximizes their chances of demonstrating their power to their peers. People are usually being bullied in high density areas like right outside the school or outside classrooms where many students could see it happen. Stuff like deviancy training also took place whilst casually skipping around Bulworth.
I'm not denying this guy's credibility considering he actually studied it, but what's with video essays describing the most simple stuff everyone knows in detail? Yeah, I don't know, like, again, I don't know why he's going into this when the entire point of the video is to discuss, was Jimmy a bully? To make a video like this, you should only just go from, like, mission 1 to the final mission of all the mandatory canonical story missions and see, hey, was Jimmy actually like a bully or was he just defending himself most of the time?
This consists of verbal and non-verbal cues of acceptance of bullying behavior. This was
Name Muhammad? Have you
some other groups like the Greasers and the Townies, which you can imagine what they stand for.
What was it called? Grottos and Gremlins or something like that?
Of course, not forgetting the previously mentioned nerds, and to best describe them, the video will end as soon as they say something with unmeasurable amounts of cringe.
Yo, Jimmy! I'm over here! Give me 5, dude! No.
Feel smaller and weaker, but simultaneously it strengthens the bonds you have within your own group. So where does Jimmy belong in all of this?
Okay, finally, the point of the fucking video.
Well, to not spoil too much of the story, slight spoiler warning incoming, Jimmy initially doesn't belong anywhere. He starts his Bullworth journey dropped off by his mum and new stepdad just before they are set to go on their honeymoon. Yet it seems that there is no time to waste with giving Jimmy a proper send-off, as they seem like they want to get rid of him as soon as possible, almost forgetting the fact that it's his first day at a brand new school. Just from this little sequence at the start of the game, we can see why Jimmy Hopkins would already be fitting the criteria of a bully. Research shows us that bullies tend to perceive their parents as authoritarian, punitive, and unsupportive. Of course, we can't be sure what Jimmy thinks about his parents, but chucking your son off at school and dipping as soon as possible doesn't really seem like the most supportive thing to do. Furthermore, bullies also tend to report less family cohesiveness than other children, and unfortunately for Jimmy, we know that this holds true for him, as he mentions this in one of the cutscenes.
Also, he uses slingshots and when he fights characters in this game. That's so lame. Whenever I played Bully, it was all fisticuffs.
Waiting for my mother to come back from her 58th honeymoon, then I'm out of here.
So Jimmy is dumped into an environment where bullying grows quicker than damp on an old Victorian house, with nothing but his past experiences of getting kicked out of schools and his rather impressive list of crimes.
Vandalism, graffiti, bad language, violent conduct, disrespecting staff. Oh, I'm scared of you, Hopkins.
This paired with the fact that Jovanen and Ho show that during the transition to a new middle school, students who perceived bullies as high-status children were likely to show increases in their bullying behavior over time.
Wait, students who initially perceived bullies as high status children. Wait, what?
Therefore, it's obvious that the odds are stacked quite highly against Mr. Jimmy Hopkins
Okay.
being a model student at Bullworth Academy. Thankfully though, he meets these two characters, Gary and Petey, who show
Gary is so fucking funny, bro. To this day, Gary's cutscenes make me laugh.
him round the school and almost mentor him into the Bullworth way. Gary himself takes a more active role in showing Jimmy around the school and introduces him to all the factions. In fact, one of the first factions that Jimmy takes an interest in helping is one that is unlikely to receive help from a bully. In the early stages of the game, you almost play as a mercenary for the nerds in their struggle against the bullies.
$2.
Yeah, like quite literally.
Are you crazy? Make it 5.
Make it 5. To this day, dude, I wouldn't do this even for $5. I feel like you need to give me $15 to do this mission.
Many of the missions consist of terminating bullies and assisting the nerds in their quests. Perhaps a reason for why Jimmy does this is because it gains him popularity and money, even if that's with an unpopular group. With every mission
It's less so popularity, it's more so the money, let's be real.
you complete throughout this game, you tend to gain respect from the group you helped, as well as a bit of cash on the side. So I guess it doesn't really matter if you're doing that for an unpopular group, you've got to start somewhere, right? I mean, studies have shown that aggressive children, including bullies, can be perceived as cool, powerful, and popular, so it doesn't seem like a bad idea to start small and work your way up. With that said, this is exactly what underlines Jimmy's story all throughout his time at Bullworth, starting small and making your way up to the top. This is perhaps unsurprising as bullies really do value dominance, and getting people to respect you is a good way of asserting your dominance on them further down the line.
But the thing is, he never cared about people respecting him, he just wanted to be left alone. The only reason why he helped Algie and the nerds is because they were paying him. That was literally the only reason, is that they were giving him money. And also because Gary was like, in one mission where he helped out the nerds, Gary was like, oh yeah, you should do it because it would fuck up the bullies. It will show Russell who's in charge around here. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy actually didn't even care about that reason at all, and only really did it just to like help the nerds out and get money. That's it.
Furthermore, Jimmy always seems to be wanting to be the leader of something and almost not stopping at
No!
any length to get there. And
Not really, no. He never really wanted to be the leader of anything. Like, bro, what was that cutscene? He literally, like, when Gary talks about how, like, soon this school will be ours. And Jimmy was literally like, I don't want the school. Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
If you've played even a little bit of the story, you know what I mean. Some researchers found that the child's probability of being a bully was related to a high degree of status goals, especially among adolescent males. It's clear that Jimmy really values the status of a leader, otherwise...
No, he doesn't! He does not care about being a leader. He literally does not care. In the game, the only reason why all those actions happened to him was because of either stuff that was against his control or him just wanting to make it some money. Like, that's it. If anything, he was just kind of greedy. Like, let's be real.
And do the stuff he does to get to those positions.
Hate seeing ads?
Yes, I do. Why are you giving me a fucking ad for that? Piece of shit.
Does not always venture alone in these quests for power and dominance. He has a few people along the way that aid him to do this. One of those individuals is this guy, PT. Now, PT, bless him, he's not the most popular person in Bullworth.
Because you're weird. Weird? Look at you. You've got a weak bladder.
In fact, he's a clear victim of bullying perpetrated by the other person that Jimmy is guided by, Gary. The interaction between Gary and PT in the early stages of the game shows what Mr. Aurelius describes as gradual cognitive changes in the perceptions of the victim. Gary, since the start of the game, perceives PT as...
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Femboy, the girliest boy in school. Actually, you Femboy, the girliest boy in school. Actually, I think I'm gonna go cry. That'd be just like you. Do you like watching the girls in their swimming costumes? Does that fuel your filthy little fantasy?
Just get out of the way.
which further reinforces...
Oh, Marion, show me your breaststroke again! Oh, wait, do you like the boys on the team? I'm sorry, Gary bullying PD legitimately is some of the funniest shit I've seen in any video game. You know what, one theory I've heard from people? Do you guys think that Gary low-key has a crush on PD? Like, he did all of that because he's, like, he's literally in the closet, right? But he doesn't really know how to, like, portray his feelings correctly, so he takes it out on PD in a way that's, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's one theory I've heard. I've heard people make that theory, but I think the actual reason is because Gary is just a sociopath.
PT's place as a victim.
Like, Gary is one of those people where, like, that theory just doesn't work because Gary is literally a fucking sociopath. Like, in any other game or movie or show or whatever, like, that theory might make a little bit of sense, but this is, like, one of the only times that theory legitimately doesn't work because he's, like, a confirmed sociopath. Yeah, exactly. I think Gary is just sadistic and enjoys fucking with people. Exactly.
Because, well, in the eyes of the bully, if you are those things, then you deserve to get bullied, right? Now, we don't know much about PT's upbringings and home environment, but if I had to guess based on the research, then I would guess that PT would describe his home environment as overprotective, as a meta-analysis found support for overprotection being strongly related in being a victim of bullying. Nevertheless, Jimmy, regardless of knowing PT's social standing within the school, remains a close friend, and although their relationship is sometimes questionable...
Well, when you're done with this place, a career on the stage awaits. Maybe like a male stripper or something, huh? What?
They still support
that's funny.
Each other, and often Jimmy defends PT from potential bullying. This stuff is really nice to see because having...
Jimmy has defended PT countless times in this game, by the way. He actually does. That's one of the reasons why calling him a bully is just not accurate. I'm not saying that this guy is calling him a bully. I'm just saying if you do, you're kind of not really correct. Because he was very, very friendly with Petey. I think Jimmy and Petey was actually like an underrated like video game friendship, I think.
Protective friendships in the school context have been shown to buffer against further victimization.
But I want you to stop bullying weak kids.
The homie Russell? Bro, I love Russell, bro.
Why? Because there are a bunch of kids around this place who need a beating, and you're picking on the few who don't. So I want you to leave me and him alone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's...
By the way, that fight with Russell is another, like, example of Jimmy just defending himself. He never wanted to fight Russell.
Get into the real nitty-gritty of Mr. Jimmy Hopkins. But before we do that, I would highly recommend subscribing. This video took a very long time to make, and a sub, like, or both would be very much appreciated. If you don't, well, now that we know the environment, the type of people Jimmy is interacting with, and a bit about his past, we can see what kind of person Jimmy is at Bulworth Academy. Now remember when I mentioned at the start of the video about proactive and goal-directed aggression? Well, this is where this stuff comes back into play. Back in the day of Crick and Dodge, these psychologists described bullies through a social skills deficit model, basically saying that aggressive children show difficulties in social information processing. For example, interpreting ambiguous situations in a more aggressive way. Did that person just say something to me with an attitude? Put them in the bin. Oh, what was that? Get in the bin. What did you say about my beloved mother? In the bin you go. Through this model, then, bullies are seen as simple, inaccurate processing machines and completely miss out their...
Why isn't he talking about the fucking game story in the missions and shit? Like, why... That's like my main issue with this guy's video, is that he's not really addressing the actual point by, like, going over stuff that like matters, you know? It's just kind of pointless. It's funny how Russell is the first antagonist, yet when he befriends Jimmy, he's the most loyal. True! Yeah, Russell was loyal to Jimmy throughout the entire game. It was actually really fucking awesome to see. It's the same shit as that Steve reviews Edda and Eddie video, padding. Yeah, I don't know why a lot of these modern videos love to pad so much, right? Like, if I made a video like this, my first thing would literally be like this, okay? I would be like, so you guys all know what Bully is, right? It's a game that was released in 2006 where you play as Jimmy Hopkins and he gets into his fucking misadventures at Bulworth Academy. However, this game got a lot of shit back in the day for being a quote-unquote bully simulator, but is Jimmy Hopkins really a bully? So I'm going to go through all of the mandatory canonical missions in the game story mode and see if Jimmy Hopkins really is a bully, you know? Starting with mission number 1, and then you go through all the missions and you see Jimmy's actions here something of like a bully, you know? Because when he fought Russell, that wasn't him bullying, right? That was literally him defending himself from a bully. When those nerd missions that he was talking about, literally like defend Bucky, I do remember that mission. Guy literally goes and yeah, he does get into fights with other kids, but it's not because he wants to. It's because he's trying to save Bucky from getting a beating. One of those kids literally had a baseball bat, too. Dude, this cutscene is too fucking funny.
Sorry about that. Out. Stop, Gary. Trying to watch this.
Ah, swim team. Intellectual stuff. So
the way he slaps his head is funny.
Oh, tell me, Petey, do you like watching the girls in their swimming costumes? Does that fuel your filthy little fantasies?
Gary, just get out of the way.
Oh, Marion, show me your breaststroke again. Or, wait, do you like the boys on the team?
Yeah, right, Gary.
Which is it, Petey?
I see you guys are getting along as usual.
I'm just toughen him up. Turn him into a man or a woman or something.
You know what? To be fair, why is Petey just watching random swim team videos? Like, what?
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Petey.
Ah, Peace Stain. Good to see you.
Peace Stain.
Listen, Jimmy, I need a favor. Bucky went to the auto shop to get some parts for his science projects. He hasn't come back yet. I think he might be in trouble. Please?
Why don't you go yourself?
I've got homework. Okay, I'm frightened. And I've got a weak bladder. Oh, I think the bullies might have gotten him. Please, I'll pay.
I say do it. It's a good chance to show Russell who's in charge around here. Now run along, Peace Stain, before you mark the carpet. Yes. We've got to take care of Russell and his boys. Then, after that, take care of all the other cliques. Soon, this school will be ours.
I don't want the school.
Yeah.
I seriously love how blatantly Jimmy says that. Like, he genuinely does not want to... He genuinely does not want to get into anybody's shit.
Well, I do, pal, and I intend to get it. Now go help that dork.
And what are you gonna do?
I've got planning to do.
Oh, yeah. Severe planning, right?
Knock it off.
Sorry.
Stop.
Sorry.
Like, what? Like, why is he just bullying Petey? I don't get it. Jimmy is a better man than I am. If the nerds made me play Fatty's Casino, I'd piss on their arcade machine. True! Genuinely speaking, worst mission of the game, and it's not even close. I like this music a lot, too. See, if I was playing that game and that happened to me, I would give that student an ass whooping.
Come on, Bucky, fight back. I'm gonna make you and your boyfriend pay for this.
Stop missing your punches. Bro, Dude, I love the punch sound effects in this game. I forgot how good they sounded.
Done already? Not so cool now, huh?
He actually blocked some punches and landed some blows in. This is clearly self-defense, right?
You're pathetic.
Yeah, this is self-defense. The way Bucky runs.
Oh, you like that?
God, the sound effects on the punches are so good.
Are you hurting yet?
You like the little school spirit. This is a beauty.
You just made a mistake that's gonna haunt you forever.
I call this the Hopkins special.
But yeah. I don't know why I watched that whole mission. Like, what was even the point of that? Jimmy is one of the most underrated video game protagonists. True! Yeah, he was a really good fucking protagonist for sure. Gary Smith is an underrated antagonist. If you were playing the game, you'd say I'm missing class. True, that is true. And Bully was such a good game that it was one of the only times where like in a game that's centered around a school, you would think that you wouldn't give two fucks about going to class. But Bully was such a really good game that I actually did care about going to class. I'm like, I'm missing class. I gotta get to class, you sons of bitches. I skip class all the time in my playthrough. Pathetic. That's not the way you should do. You should play Bully. I'm not getting pummeled by Damon West trying to get to the gym. That is true, though. Yeah, you mow the lawn if you get caught way too much. Yeah, that is true. I remember really hating mowing the lawn because it just felt like such a waste of time. It was, but that was kind of the point, right? Have you heard what was happening with the original PVZ recently? I don't know what PVZ is. Yeah, it does get bigger. Plants vs. Zombies? No, I haven't heard. But I never really played Plants vs. Zombies, so. What do you think GTA 6 will be like? I have no idea because I'm probably not going to play it. The problem is that I don't have a, I don't really have a PC, a gaming PC, and I'm not going to buy a fucking PS5, so I don't really know how I could play it, you know? A lot of people say GTA 6 will be woke. EA updated the game recently where you have to watch ads to keep playing Plants vs. Zombies, a game that came out in 2008. That is so fucking wild to me that, like, a patch for a game that came out, like, fucking, like, what, 15 years ago at this point is got patched just for that. Like, what even is the point? Yeah, 16 years. God, that's so crazy, man. I still remember 2008, too. I was a child, but I remember it pretty vividly. My cut, where is it? I'm sorry, am I the only one who finds that line funny? My cut, where is it? Up your ass, buddy. Don't make me laugh. You keep fucking with me, I'll put you, your friends, family, your whole hometown under the sword. Hey, relax. Something. Jimmy can kiss guys so woke. Yeah, he can. Recommend me some good Blockbuster critic videos that I can watch in the background. Honestly, some of his feuds that he had were really good. What you could watch his feud that he had with Next Gen 720, Zaire. Somebody in the chat, am I crazy for finding that cutscene funny? My gut. My cut, where is it? Up your ass, buddy. Yes? Okay, whatever. Fuck you, Fartinator. This is a challenge to all you Sonic, Thomas, and Barney fans. Bro, that video, dude, I can't... There was literally, like, a Barney fan. It was either a Barney or a Thomas fan. I genuinely forgot. Who actually made a response to that video back in the day. And it was such a laughable fucking response that he got clowned on by the internet for it. I almost feel really bad because the guy who made that video, you could tell he had like genuine mental issues. Forgot his name though. That was like a long fucking time ago. Have you seen the video where he got on the Skype call with the Barney fan who sounded like Rocco? God, that must have been forever ago. My gut, where is it? I don't know why. That cutscene is just funny to me. Say my cut, where is it, in Elmo's voice? Bro, I don't know how to do a fucking Elmo impression. My cut, where is it? Ha ha! What the fuck was that? Wasn't Elmo, that was like Mickey. My cut! What the fuck does Elmo sound like? Elmo loves his goldfish, his crayon too. My cut, where is it? Elmo wants his cut right now. Do it in Patrick's voice. My cut, where is it? I can't do these impressions. Elmo talks in the third person. Elmo wants his cut right now. Those guys. Genuinely speaking though, how would you react if some dude you never even met before came up to you and just started yelling to you about wanting his gut? like genuinely speaking, how would you react? You know what I just realized? That guy who said that, the bed cop, his name is Leon McCaffrey, by the way. That guy literally might as well be like Eddie from Edda and Eddie. My cut, where is it? Why do I find that funny? I don't understand it. It's probably not even that funny, but I just keep laughing every time I think about it. I think it's also just the way he said it. Like, he said it in such a cartoonish manner that it makes you laugh. And also, Tony's response to it was funny, too. Up your ass, buddy. Imagine Eddie from Edda and Eddie as a GTA protagonist. Who's worse, Mr. Washi Washi, Elmo, or Fartinator? Obviously Mr. Washi Washi, because that profile picture is so scary. Anyways, unless you guys have like a response video, I can make a response video or a review or anything like that I can make fun of. I think it's time I end the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow or next week. Really depends on my mood. Yeah. Right now I'm kind of sore all over my body. But yeah. Bye, COVID. Alright, you guys.